guys have audio now?
There's no life that I know that compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly want to be.
Great to see everyone. Thought I'd try a new intro where I just sort of sit on camera in stony silence, staring at the intro show, which is what I do every week. So I thought we could kind of cut the middleman of me sort of pretending that I'm not here and doing something else other than just kind of like chilling. Very quiet. Am I very quiet? How's that? How's that? That. How's that? That. How's that? How is that? That. How is that? How is that? That. Looks good on my end, guys. Guys, on my end, it's looking really good. But yes, I did make that intro from the beautiful, sort of life-changing film Big Wave, my favorite movie of all time. Okay. Okay, this is how is this? How is this? How is this? This is as loud as I can go. It's red maxing. I could, in theory, go even louder. In theory, I could go even louder. Wait, where's the sources? Anyway, you know what? I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident it's fine. Audio input capture. Okay. We'll do this. Look at it. I'm gonna. You guys want the gain cranked? We'll crank the dang gain, y'all. Y'all, we will crank the damn gain. Just you wait. Just you wait. Okay, testing. How is this? How is this, everybody? Is that good? Is my volume is my volume good? It should be unbelievably loud right now. I can't hear it, but it should be wildly way too loud. So I'll just crank that down. I'll just put that at 0. How's that? Good? Perfect? I'm seeing perfect in the chat. Perfect in the chat. Everybody's loving it. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm pretty sure our audio is now perfect. Visuals looking perfect. Can you say Niagara, India, Guelph, Guelph, Echo, Romeo, Yes, I can say that. Okay, I'm pretty sure it sounds perfect now, right, guys? Let's just do a little test. Great opportunity for everyone to like the stream. Let's see how it sounds. Test. Okay. Oh, no, it's not live. It's not live. It sounds perfect now, right, guys? Let's just do a little test. Great opportunity for everyone to like the stream. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, we're going to have to wait for a bit till it catches up so I can hear how it sounds. I don't trust you guys. You guys were saying it sounded perfect, and that is clearly imperfect. No, it's not live. It's not live. It sounds perfect now, right, guys? Let's just do a little test. Great opportunity for everyone to like the stream. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, we're going to have to wait for a bit till it catches up so I can hear how it sounds. I don't trust you guys. You guys were saying it sounded perfect, and that is clearly imperfect. No, it's not live. It's not live. It sounds perfect now, right, guys? All right. Just a little test. Great opportunity for everyone to like the stream. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, we're going to have to wait for a bit till it catches up so I can hear how it sounds. I don't trust you guys. Guys, like you guys were saying it sounded perfect, and that is clearly imperfect. No, it's not live. It's not live. It sounds perfect now, right, guys? Like the stream. All right. Just a little test. Great opportunity for everyone to like the stream. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for a bit till it catches up so I can hear how it sounds. I don't trust you guys. Okay, like the stream, guys. Like you guys were saying it sounded perfect, and that is clearly. I'm sorry that was clear. I just checked, and that was clearly imperfect. Guys, that was clearly imperfect. Now I'm pretty sure it sounds perfect. I'm pretty sure it sounds perfect right now. How does this sound? Does it sound better? Does it sound perfect now? Should I turn up? Should I crank the gain? How is that? Are we perfect? Guys, are we perfect? Imperfect. Now I'm pretty sure it sounds perfect. Perfect. I'm pretty sure it sounds perfect right now. Okay, this is way behind. Well, whatever. Whatever, I'm pretty sure it's fine. I'm pretty sure it sounds totally fine now. You wanted me to put it back? Okay. How's this? Perfect? I'm pretty confident it sounds perfect now. We're not going to dwell on this. We have a lot of important stuff to deal with. Let's check the work. Who liked the stream? Who didn't? I'm hearing everybody saying that it's perfect. Okay, 12 viewers, and only 7 of you liked it? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This sounds gay in like every other stream. You have the chance to really stand out. I know, I blew it, but I'm pretty sure it sounds perfect. I'm something of a audiophile, so I just get stressed out when the audio is imperfect. Real spooky green guy hours. I'm pretty sure that I'm blue right now, by the way. But anyway, I guess I'll just go get reborn with better hearing. Fuck me. I can see the bars, and they are good. They are pretty good. It sounded better when the sound was way up, like a fascist dictator. Like, you guys want it to sound like this? This is optimal. This is how you guys like it. I need to hear. I need to hear. Let's see. So this is optimal, right, guys? This is perfect. When I check here, it's gonna sound really good. It sounded better when the sound was way up, like a fascist dictator. Like, you guys want it to sound like this? This is optimal. This is how you guys like it. I need to hear. I need to hear. Let's see. This is optimal, right, guys? Okay. This is perfect. When I check here, it's gonna sound really good. It sounded better. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. What? Goblin. What am I supposed to read out? Do you read out operator? What do I need to read out? Niagara, India. Oh, do you want it in this voice, though? Niagara, India, Guelph, Echo, Romeo. Do you read? Okay, I read. Okay, I think we're good now. But now I have a cool effect when I need emphasis. I can just hit that, and suddenly this is what we're doing. Banger, real banger. Yeah, I think I forgot to turn the latency to super low, so you guys are all rather behind me, I believe. So do you guys just want it like this the whole time? You guys prefer it like this? Because we can do that. Snake! What's good, everybody, though? Great to see everyone. Okay, now, oh boy, everyone's a critic. It's too quiet. You don't sound enough like a dictator in a tin can. Now it hurts my ears because it's too loud. Everyone's a freaking critic. Anyway, guys, we're back. Just normal audio. Okay, it should be on normal at this point. I'm pretty sure we're on normal mode at this point, but when need be, I can activate loud mode for emphasis. Just for emphasis. Grammy is British, not proper enough for him. What? All right, guys. I mean, we've had our traditional 15 minutes of futzing with the audio. I think we're gonna stick it like this, and periodically, as a surprise, I'll just sort of activate this mode, and I think that's the sort of happy medium that's gonna keep everybody happy. All right, y'all. So, as you might have guessed, from the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be looking into the death of Connor Murphy today, who I had never heard of prior to his death, but my interest was piqued by the fact that he appears to have been doing strange alchemical experiments that made him go insane and die in a lake. Did Liam ever? No, Liam did never come back. He's dead. Sounds really good, and I like the surprise of loudness. Perfect. Anyway, y'all. Yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you guys. This is the video that sort of piqued my interest in the topic. It seemed that a bunch of people were familiar with this guy. I was not. I think I had perhaps seen a picture or two of him around. But I'm rather intrigued because this is the thing, guys. You know me. I'm sort of constantly saying that the elites are gatekeeping valuable alchemical knowledge from us, the people. I wonder if can I lower my latency while we are already live? No, I cannot. Okay, whatever. You guys are just gonna be a little bit behind me here. That's fine. But yeah, it appeared that a bunch of people were familiar with this guy. Do I? No, I'm not gonna restart the stream to lower the latency. We're just gonna have to deal with you guys being rather behind me on this one. But that's fine. But yeah, a lot of people were familiar with him. But for me, this is why it really sort of hit home for me personally, that you guys can attest that I, for literally years, have been saying that the elites have been gatekeeping valuable alchemical knowledge from we, the people, that melting and then injecting gold can give you superpowers. I'm pretty confident I was talking about that last week. I'm sure you guys all remember. So it's sort of scary to me to see somebody who is sort of doing, somebody so similar to me, when you see someone who's sort of like looking in a mirror, who's into the same sort of dangerous things as you are, to see him sort of obviously get assassinated, possibly by the secret space program. We'll find out. So it's just a little scary, and that's why I wanted to cover this. Just for the record, I am not suicidal. I'm not suicidal, and I have no intention of going swimming anytime soon. So if anything happens to me, it is the deep state taking me out for, spreading secret alchemical knowledge. Yes. I remember like 10 years ago he started losing it. Kind of started when he started eating his own seed. Right. Okay. Well, we have. This is the one that kind of peaked. Oh wait, you guys can't see. You guys can't see that. You guys can't see that. This is the one that kind of piqued my interest on the matter. But it seems like there's some more. So we got another video after this. We will check out. Yeah, I only got into the show this year, but Hugh has been talking about injecting gold for decades, sort of famously, yeah. So that's why it's so scary that a guy who is, doing the same stuff as me got taken out, basically. For the record, I don't have HIV. Yeah. Yeah, for the record, I'm not suicidal, don't have HIV, no current plans to go swimming anytime soon. Hold your breath, poop standing straight up, eat your boogers, pull your pants down. The urinal, they don't want you to know this. So true, so real. If anything happens to me, it's probably my own doing. Well, that might be the case for you, but for me, it would definitely be a deep state action should anything happen to me. But yeah, let's check this out. This is the one that made me want to sort of investigate this. Austin Bowers' gold member awakened something deep within me. True. My love for black women.
What happened recently? Well, unfortunately, he started to get this fixation on gold. He started to believe that gold was...
And I'm going to be real, I'd seen pictures of this guy. I had never actually seen him speak before. Is this seems like clearly like a guy who's artificially deepening his voice, right? Am I alone in thinking that? Should I do that? Do I need to do that? Am I being voice mogged?
Some gate-kept mineral by the higher-ups that actually basically gives you special powers if you ingest it. Like, you get ability to tap into other dimensions and high levels of consciousness and stuff. And he backed this up because there's one study with like n equals 5 where like the average IQ increased by like 15 points from ingesting gold, which is absurd, and it was just never replicated. And so he was like, well, it's understudied, you just never know, I want to do the experiment. And so he, a few weeks later he started the experiment. He was injecting gold, and according to...
Okay, some of us just have chat, but does this sound like a natural voice? Because to me it seems like he's deepening it. It's a thing that you can notice if you look up like various people who do like YouTube videos and stuff, and you look at their very early videos and they'll have like a really squeaky voice, and then at some point, I don't know if they're doing like Troon style like vocal training or something, but they all start kind of talking like this. And I'm thinking maybe I'm behind the curve and I need to start doing that. Is kind of what I'm thinking right now. Let me see if I can prove this thesis real quick here. I should be able to. Oldest. Okay. Is anyone in chat familiar with Hugh? Listen to your early cat. It's different. That's different. That was a microphone thing. It had nothing to do with how I was talking. But this is my favorite example of this. don't know if anyone's ever watched this guy's stuff. But
deal. I wouldn't really call it cheating for this, since it doesn't allow you to move any faster, which is what this is really about. Alright, let's get this started.
So I'm going to guess this is what androgenic originally sounded like.
Manually dealt with. That means no auto-resolving. Naval battles excluded. Replaying tough battles and turns is allowed.
So this is his voice on his very first video. And now we'll switch to his latest video. Oh man, he's like quit.
Let's jump to the war here, and today we've got a 7-year disaster battle playing as the Byzantine Empire.
See, it dropped like a full octave. Anyway. Don't you think it's more the fact that Legend of Total War was like 14 in this clip? No, I don't. No, I don't at all. I think it's that he's basically a liar, deepening his voice artificially. That would be my guess. not that he's 14. No.
His friends, across the past few weeks, he's just descended into complete madness.
Okay, a lot of people are sort of spuriously pointing out that he was 14 or 15 at the time, when I think I was making a really insightful point that people artificially lower their voice. Yeah.
Apparently, he was...
And this voice, I would bet like $1,000 that this guy has done like vocal training and it purposefully deepens his voice, which I think perhaps I should consider doing as well, to be more authoritative.
Just crazy. He was covered in discoloration from gold poisoning, and he was just painting his house with gold, and he ended up, I think, covered in his own blood, running around the neighborhood screaming, and then the police were called, and then the police chased him down. He ran into the lake, tried to escape, and we know what happened. Rest in peace. And, man, it's just so fucking brutal, especially because I always have had this thought that Conor Murphy is deeply misunderstood, and he largely is still. You know, he was insane, yes, but people still ignore a lot of his positive traits, right? They act like he was just some pure nutcase with nothing. But no, he towed the line, like I said, between insanity and true, innovation.
Yes, good point, Ben. If I die early, please, yes, make up ludicrous lies about me, such as this, to make me look sort of cool and misunderstood.
But yeah, it is unfortunate that I wanted him so desperately to be vindicated. I really did. I wanted Conor Murphy to completely vindicate himself,
I think
for everyone
this guy's
to realize.
gotta be Australian, no?
Wait, this guy's onto something. This guy's actually a smart guy who knows a lot better how to live than the average guy does. But he let me down. He did let me down, man. And I miss him deeply. And I wish he didn't do that, obviously. I really do. But unfortunately, he was diagnosed with bipolar. And at the end of the day, some evil people will point fingers saying, oh, you should have, tackled him to the ground and dragged him to the psych ward yourself. Like, bro, I wasn't even there at the time. I live in a different fucking country. And I was talking to his close friends, and they had immense pressure on them. They were saying they really were debating, like, do we send him to the psych ward? Like, how do we even get him there? Would we, try and call authorities? Like, do we really want to do that to our friend? It's a very complicated, situation, right? But at the end of the day, I fucking love Conor, and I hope he's living in some blissful afterlife, I hope he's resting in absolute peace, because he was a great man, and he will be dearly missed.
Okay, so yeah, that's the one that kind of got my interest. Yes, Grammy, if you die, I will make a stream lying. Well, not lying, letting the world know that you are now, in fact.
What happened recently? Well,
knows how to live better than... well, yeah. So yeah, that kind of piqued my interest, because like I said, I had never heard of this guy before. I see that he's some internet guy, had died. whatever, rest in peace. But then I find out that he's been injecting gold to give himself superpowers. And some certain people are claiming he did so successfully, but I guess so successfully that he drowned in a pool, and I guess neglected to activate the breathing underwater superpower. But let's not be crass about it, guys. He's now in the bean in the sky. But I did think we could check out. Okay, actually, there was this guy I saw too. Another guy I have never heard of, Tony Huge, who appears to be some bodybuilding guy who seems to have like 10 Asian prostitutes for girlfriends. I don't know. Dude was the fucking man 10 years ago. Many such cases. Yeah, I totally missed. Gold does make you heavy. That's probably what did it to him. That is probably what did it to him. But anyway, let's get some background here from our good friend, Mr. Turkey Tom.
Connor Murphy took himself from a socially inept nerd to one of the most successful fitness influencers on YouTube.
I'm going to be talking to some girls.
My name is Devin Big. Johnny Large. Tony Huge, any relation? Not to me personally, no. Maybe a distant relation. I wouldn't know. My entire life, my heroes turbo-nuke their lives and careers. Only forbidden gains remains. Tony Huge definitely had a part in Connor's death and Leo's death. Allegedly, stay away from Thailand. I don't know who Leo is, but this dude, I just kind of perused his Twitter because he seems to be involved in some degree.
Say Monger. We are the Mongers. We are.
And I do find there's something a little bit untrustworthy about his face. Though he does have a bunch of teenage Thai girlfriends. But I saw someone say that like other people are gonna go to his house and they all end up dying mysteriously. So maybe we'll have to investigate this guy a little later. I kind of want to get some background here though. Tony Huge definitely had a part. Stay away from Thailand. Real Turkey Tom, more like Tucking Tom. The guy is a fairy. Is he? Is Turkey Tom a confirmed fairy? What if your name was Hugh Huge? That would be interesting. If you got married, you'd be Hugh Huge. True. Mongus. Yes, good point. Oh shit, Leo is another one. Sorry, who is Leo? We can tack that on to the investigation. Avoid deep V-neck shirts because it's not 2007 in American Apparel. True. Too female for this. I have no idea who these people are. Well, to be fair, I also don't know who any of these people are. We are kind of here to find that out. So, we're going to find it out together.
And while I'm talking to them, Jack's gonna rip off my shirt.
Only for his thrill-seeking lifestyle to lead him to do substances that permanently destroyed his mind and made him think that he was God.
What is happening?
Switch through this real quick here.
Connor Murphy took himself from a socially inept nerd to one of the...
So do we know, because, yeah, I heard people theorizing that he did some sort of goofy hallucinogen, but now they're saying that he went insane from injecting gold. Real ones, no. Can you explain who any of these people are for those of us with jobs? Well, I don't know yet. I know this guy was some like early, old school, like proto Looksmaxxer guy who just recently died in Thailand by drowning after going insane, possibly from taking like ayahuasca or something, possibly from doing homebrew alchemical experiments trying to give himself superpowers by injecting gold. That's all I know so far. We're going to find out. Love the Newsboy Cat. Well, what's up, most fellow? Thank you. Yeah, he died a bloody mess in Thailand. God, I want to be a biohacker so bad, but I keep eating flaming hot Ruffles. So yeah, that's all I know. Like I say, I had never heard about this guy prior to like a week ago when he died. And I probably wouldn't have investigated it, but the trying to give yourself superpowers. Let me see if I can find, because there was a Tony Huge one, which was the first video I saw. I think it was to have been on Twitter, where he was talking about how Connor Murphy like invented new thought processes or something and went insane. Wait, we're back on June. Maybe I did not see it on X.com. These guys were clavicular during Trump 1, but they actually got laid. Let's go. Is clavicular not actually getting laid? Oh, okay, I swear I saw a Tony Huge one where he was talking about how Connor Murphy had like unlocked psychic powers or something. No, not Connor Huge. All of these guys should actually have like having Huge as your last name is pretty cool if you're like a bodybuilder guy. Anthony Media. Yeah, exactly. Bodybuilder forums is a foundational culture sphere of the web. True. Hugh, Grammy, and I tried showing the pod to a Foyd, and she has a problem with the outfit choices. Is there anything we can do about that? Wait, what do you mean? Were you and Grammy hanging out? Trying to show what outfit choices? You're going to have to be, yes, we absolutely can do anything. Listen, if a Foyd is upset, we're going to obviously tear apart the whole show, rebuild it from scratch, reinvent it from first principles. What does she want me to be wearing? Or Jordan? Actually, no, I'm going to guess that it was probably an issue with Jordan's sartorial choices. But yeah, absolutely, we'll do anything. Clavicular seems disgusted by sex from his face and images. Could be. He seems kind of miserable all the time. Clavicular slamming troons now, I guess. Uh-oh. Clavicular comes in his pants when chicks grind on him / make out with him on stream for like a minute. Okay, well, that is normal. I respect him for that. He's one of us. How's Peter Thiel? Yeah, getting laid, gross, real. Your outfits are cool. Can you put on guy liner for the next pod? Yeah, I like to imagine, Grammy and Dr. Peanut Butter hanging out in a foggy London Jack the Ripper street, showing the pod to a Foyd on your phone. But yeah, Sarah is saying our outfits are cool, so that kind of balances it out. But yeah, I think we dress pretty sharply by and large. Oh boy, okay. I cannot scroll Twitter or Okay. Scrolling Twitter live is a no. We shan't be doing that. You'll just have to trust me that I did see Tony Huge saying that that Connor Murphy had unlocked psychical powers. You can't convince me that Sarah isn't the only Chrome boy. There are other female listeners. They have revealed themselves from time to time. They're somewhat few and far between, but there are half a dozen or more who get. So yeah, we're very popular with the girls.
The most successful fitness influencers on YouTube.
I'm gonna be talking to some girls, and while I'm talking to them, Jack's gonna rip off my shirt.
Name them. Full legal name, address, phone numbers now. They are out there, guys. I don't know. Obviously, I do know their names, their phone numbers, their addresses, etc. But no, I can't be revealing those now. I saw Connor at an expo a long time ago. Anyone ever go to those? I have not. Like a jacked guy festival. That sounds really cool, really interesting. Maybe we should make it a point to deter any future females from listening. We do our best, but some of them are just too powerful. They sneak through. But it's tough though, because you get a girl watching your show and suddenly she's like criticizing your fashion choices and wants you to wear like nail polish and stuff like that. It gets freaking crazy out there. Their female listeners set up an arranged marriage with me. Otherwise, you're lying. They are out there, guys. They are out there. I promise. Only Sarah reveals herself, but there are other ones out there listening, scoping out. Scoping out our listenership for sort of potential future husbands. So that's why everyone needs to be on their best behavior all the time,
only for his thrill-seeking lifestyle to lead him to do substances that permanently destroyed his mind and made him
But in what context were you and Grammy showing Avoid the podcast so she could complain about how we were dressed? What's the backstory on that?
think that he was God.
What is happening? I've gone literally mentally.
Over the course of 5 years, Connor turned his self-destruction into content. That is, until it landed him in a jail cell in Thailand for beating his girlfriend with a golf club. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, you'll definitely need it, and I hope you enjoy the story of Connor Murphy. Long before he was getting it on with ladyboys on OnlyFans, Connor Murphy wanted to be an inspiration for kids who were outcasts, like he was. On the same day he created his YouTube channel, he uploaded an autobiographical introduction video explaining what got him into fitness in the first place. According to him, he wasn't the most popular kid at school, and people didn't really get along with him.
I was a complete loser in high school and college.
We were harassing a blank in another server because I've been depressed, and a Void showed up. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Very interesting. Very interesting.
But it was way worse than high school. I went to a school called Searcy High School back in Arkansas. And man, I was a social outcast, man. And guys, I was a really shy and introverted kid, all right? So I could not break into any friend group, all right? I was afraid to talk to people. So I really never made any good friends.
Why would I make videos like Turkey Tom when we can just watch Turkey Tom videos on stream? That's saving me a whole lot of time, guys.
I was a loner, man.
87 IQ guy who can't handle psychedelics and kills himself, boring. Maybe, if that's the case. If he was injecting himself with gold and giving himself psychical powers, that's kind of interesting. Is this Elliot Rodger if he worked out? Maybe.
Pretty much just kept to myself throughout all of high school.
This really bothered Connor to the point where he decided to take up doing bodyweight exercises, which eventually evolved into playing soccer, basketball.
Does Turkey Tom suck? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure if I've ever watched one of his videos. I thought he was well liked and well respected, but I'm hearing a lot of very distressing rumors flying around in chat about him.
And golf. More importantly, however, he began lifting weights as soon as he turned 13 and was allowed to start going into the weight room. He stuck to it until he got to 185 pounds at 17 years old, which is no small feat for a guy standing at 5'8". However, according to his own retelling, this ultimately did nothing to solve his social ineptitude.
And I'd actually been training for a few years. I actually had a decent physique, but I was way too shy and
Marvel poster in the background, the Troon out. So did he Troon out? Is he a confirmed Troon out?
humble to even show it off. I seriously wore these baggy polo golf shirts and these nerdy glasses, so I was like the least intimidating, somewhat muscular guy. And because I was way too shy to stand up for myself, I was actually bullied pretty badly in the locker room, you know, before and after sports practice. You know, I couldn't even make friends with like other dudes, let alone talk to.
Like, listen, a lot of critics in the chat right now, but we are gonna be plowing through this for a little bit because I'm curious about him starting a cult and injecting gold. Okay.
Girls. There was no way I even thought about having a girlfriend because I couldn't even talk to a girl. I was so shy. I could not even have a conversation with someone.
Due to his inability to relate to his peers, he managed to get himself transferred to an extremely academically challenging board school called the Arkansas School of Mathematics, where he believed he would find like-minded people, basically socially inept nerds with a 4.0 GPA. It was only when he started actually taking classes there that he found himself once again
Ooh, big five coming through from Thank you, sir. Been going through all the Shenmue gameplay, a lot of searching for Chinese and sailors, real. Also, I have fixed the Purple Playtime playlist, so you should be able to watch it in order now.
Fitting in. Despite getting a girlfriend for the first time in his life, he still felt like the odd one out, as other kids continued to find him awkward. It's also around this point that he...
Yeah, 5'8" is normal. In fact, I would say it's basically tall. It's pretty much tall. It's on like the lower end of tall. No bigger pain for a man than being a sensitive wallflower. So true. 5'8" to 5'11" is peak height. Not too tall, not too short. Exactly. Yeah. 5'6" to 5'9", peak height. Not too tall, not too short. Basically perfect. He didn't troon per se, but he might as well. There's definitely, I feel like the Looksmaxxer community, like, say you've got like Looksmaxxers as a circle and troons as a circle. There's a lot of overlap going on, in my opinion. in my opinion.
Claimed to have plateaued and lost motivation to keep dedicating himself to fitness. Now, usually I do wait a little longer to comment on someone's story, but in Connor's case, it's important that I establish a few things.
Dudes who are taller than 5'7" are legit weird humans. Were not meant to be that tall. So true, so real.
Early on. So first off, Connor himself tells the audience that his initial motivation to work out was insecurity. While this is pretty common, it can often lead to delusions, with some people thinking that fitness can solve other problems in their lives,
yeah, I think
including mental problems, as we'll see later on.
Autosexuals. Because what's it? What do they call it? Like auto. Damn, Hugh, just steal my point. Why don't you? Yeah, listen, everything that you guys type in chat is my intellectual property, so it's not even stealing if I just say it as if I thought it up. Ooh, big $4.99 coming from Dr. Peanut Butter. Have you ever looked into Synanon? There's an HBO doc about it that's pretty cool. Maybe not for the stream. I feel like I did at some point, not too deeply. I think I read the Wikipedia or something, and because it was some New York New Agey cult thing. But yeah, I feel like a lot of Looksmaxxers appear to have the inverse of autogynephilia. They have what would it be called? Autoandrophilia. I think a lot of them have. If you're above 4 foot, you're a mutant freak. So frickin' true.
What solidifies this omen is that he claims he plateaued at 17 years old. Although this is possible, it's quite unlikely for someone to reach their natural lifting limit that young in life. Immediately after talking about his plateau, he transitions into discussing changing his mindset and breaking through the plateau, and going from 185 pounds to 205 in a brief period, which, as many specialists in the fitness community have speculated, means it's very likely that the change he went through was taking steroids.
Maybe it wasn't on.
They did this thing called The Game where they just call each other gay to get over that reminds me a lot of the Chrome Boys Discord server. Yeah, that one, I can't really remember. I feel like I read their Wikipedia and there wasn't a ton of info, but if there's a good doc, maybe I'll just stream the HBO thing. We'll do a Libertarian Paradise platform stream on Kick one of these days. I've been reading Atlas Shrugged, so I'm feeling very libertarian these days. We might have to do some libertarian style Kick streams in the near future where we just watch movies and listen to copyrighted music and etc.
Obvious when he actually was on cycle, but now it's pretty obvious when he's off what he can no longer hold on to or achieve with that lack of hormone support in the system. So
given how taboo this topic was during this time, it's not really surprising that he wasn't super open about his steroid use. And while there's nothing wrong with doing that stuff on its own, it does become increasingly evident that Connor's main motivation for fitness.
Yeah, we're just gonna be we're just gonna start watching porn on Kick. True. The perfect libertarian stream. Optimal Ron Paul libertarian stream incoming.
Continued to be his insecurity. After posting this video to show his gains to people online, he proceeded to hammer out what eventually became his main gimmick, gratuitously exposing his mostly naked body in public to get shock reactions from random bystanders. While he did also occasionally dabble in workout tutorials, it's clear that they were a distant second place to the real meat and potatoes of his content, with him doing artistic pieces as well as social commentary performance art pieces, such as him half naked while hanging from the ceiling at Walmart, or him half naked on the roof of Chipotle, or him half naked on Omegle. I think you're getting the point here. Quickly, his videos ballooned to millions of views, peaking whenever the videos were about wooing girls with his amazing physique. Despite how successful his channel was at the time, he appeared to have a pretty good perspective on his own success. During what was arguably his peak in internet fame, he continued to quietly attend college at Southwestern University in Georgetown, Texas, simultaneously majoring in economics and computational mathematics. As if juggling that and a successful YouTube career wasn't enough, at around the same time, he revealed that he continued to dedicate himself to golfing, going as far as to qualify for the World Long Drive Championship, one of the most prestigious events in the sport where the winner stands to get $250,000. Lastly, he was preparing to compete in his first ever bodybuilding event to qualify for the men's physique division of Mr. Olympia, eventually placing third. By every imaginable metric, Connor was an overachiever, and his YouTube fame didn't seem to get to his head too much. So what went wrong? Well, in order to really answer that question, we have to look at where his online career.
This is basically my life, except my BMI is higher and the women who flirt with me are fat. That's awesome. Put it on 1 point. Yeah, okay, let's speed it up a bit. I kind of want to get to him injecting gold and starting a cult and stuff. So yeah, we're going to go 1.5. Last three.
Career was headed. For context, part of what sent Connor into the stratosphere is that during this time, fitness content was a lot more rudimentary than it is nowadays. Although there were a few channels putting out tutorial videos and giving workout tips, very few people paired fitness with entertainment. This meant that anyone who had a sense of humor and some charisma, as well as a
I watched this guy getting his vessels raped by some sort of egoic punishing spirit years ago when he first got into psychedelics. So yeah, was he injecting gold and doing like goofy psychedelics? I guess we'll find out. Now that we're at 1.5 speed, we're going to be finding out real soon. This video is a year old, so it might not even include the gold arc. Okay. You know what? Let's just jump ahead like 20 minutes. We'll see.
The atheism versus Christianity debates lost popularity, and mainstream people like Joe Rogan actively promoted psychedelic experiences to massive audiences.
These things that you see but you can't define are constantly changing. So if you try to like say, oh, it looked like a jester, it probably did for a few seconds.
Many people often compare Connor's rants on enlightenment to fitness YouTuber Frank Yang's esoteric and experimental videos on the same subject matter. But I think a much better comparison is Leo Gura, someone who I've covered in a previous video. Not only did Leo start out by trying to teach people about self-mastery, confidence, and pickup artistry, but he'd already been promoting and advocating for psychedelic use as a means to enlighten oneself for quite some time. Most importantly, just a few months prior to Connor's ultimate meltdown, Leo recorded himself tripping on something.
Yo, what's up, Wallums? Came home for the weekend and tuned in late. Currently trying to watch, but Mom keeps telling me to turn that shit off. Yeah, you cannot. If there's one lesson we can learn from Connor Murphy's inspirational life, you cannot be listening to your mom. The gold is a fairly new... How does one inject gold? I have no idea. I kind of assumed you just like... I guess you can't just melt it and put molten gold in... I don't know. I feel... My small mind thinks that you're probably not supposed to inject gold, but maybe that's why I'm not like an ascended Looksmaxxed guy living in Thailand.
To be some form of DMT. And he was saying the same kind of bizarre things. That he was God and everyone was also God, that identity was an illusion, that there's no good or evil, so on and so forth.
Which is why I, as God, don't judge any humans or hate any humans or even punish any humans. You might think I punished Hitler. No, I didn't punish it. I love Hitler as much as anybody because I am Hitler. I love the devil as much as anybody because what you don't understand is the only...
Does he have a 666 statue in the back? Has there ever been one success story from any dude doing psychedelics that didn't end up with him being a bald soul patch guy? I mean, surely some of them must have not gone bald. Surely some. Mom, you're just jealous of the Chrome Boys. True. In Thailand, there's an entire mystical belief around gold. That's why he was doing it. Oh, okay. You inject gold flakes? You can, but you pass it. It fucks up your body. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Pedo swirl statues. Yeah, the FBI nonce swirls. It's a great Britishism, nonce. Yeah, he does appear to have FBI nonce swirls arranged in a 666 pattern behind his sort of bald and soul-patched head.
The way that I overcome devilry is through...
That's true. If you put gold, you could put gold in your head. That would make it very difficult to steal. True. Psychedelics either give you too much hair or take your hair away entirely. Yeah, because like Jerry Garcia, I would say was in the too much hair camp, but this guy is clearly in the hair is gone camp. So yeah, be careful with that stuff, guys. Hugh, if I inject a bunch of chromium and do steroids till my balls shrivel, can you make a stream about me? Yes.
Complete self-love.
Another alarming coincidence between Leo and Connor is their belief system's trivialization and, on occasion, outright promotion of death as a means of exploring consciousness. Leo himself has acknowledged the passing of 3 of his forum's members at their own hands. If this by itself wasn't intriguing enough, it just...
What is this?
Just so happens that one of these users that took their own lives, Wave in the Ocean, had made a thread talking about how much he identified with Connor's outlook on existence. A little over a year after this thread was made, another user made a thread announcing his untimely passing, saying, "I cannot tell you why."
Let's just take a quick veer into actualize.org. Everyone be careful. Apparently this website will make you want to kill yourself. Deconstructing rationality. The ultimate guide to postmortem. The psychology of being wrong. Let's just look at this. Ooh, this is 90 minutes long. Okay.
What is actualized.org?
such a gargantuan question. I don't
I feel like as someone who is truly actualized would not have that tooth to gum ratio.
even know where to begin. But I guess I could summarize it as this. Actualize.org is a catalog. For those of you who are new, it's a catalog of the most powerful concepts that I have pursued and studied and discovered in my own life.
Wow, a catalog of powerful concepts that will make you want to kill yourself. And yes, these people do sound like lemmings. All of the actualize.org people are like lemmings who this guy tells them to walk off a cliff and then they do it. Yeah.
Life in order to make sense of what life and reality are and how to live the best life possible. It's focused specifically on the biggest picture perspective. What you'll find.
God, imagine listening to 90 minutes of that. This is 4 hours long. Holy mackerel.
Is it? What's irrational about it? See, first of all, you'd have to take what I said very seriously first. Because first what your mind is going to do is going to play a trick on you, is going to create a straw man version of it. And you're going to say, your mind is going to say something, well,
God, philosophy is so freaking gay.
He chose to end his life. I know he had some trouble sleeping during long periods and was deeply tormented by this. And I know he had bad thoughts periodically through many years. No matter how many times I try to turn it around, looking at it from different perspectives, it was his decision to make. He discovered life, he discovered love, and now he has also discovered
Literally,
death.
the Chrome Boys podcast is a catalog of powerful concepts. Very true.
What's particularly disturbing about this to me, apart from the obvious, is that only 2 of the people who posted to this thread took issue with the sugarcoating of this man's passing as him discovering death. Worse yet is the fact that a moderator of the forum took issue with someone simply pointing out that Wave was the second person who had lost their life in this way, with this moderator actively telling people not to draw any pattern. When Leo replied, he didn't make any specific comment on the situation. Eventually, the original poster of the thread gave more information on what led Wave to do what he did, saying, around when we first met, he had just tried LSD for the first time and had a bad trip, where he felt like the universe said he should take himself out. This original poster also added that Wave had periods of intense mania, much like Connor did. Much later on, Connor and Leo spoke for about an hour in a recorded phone call, most of which consisted of Leo trying to speak a modicum of sense into him, while Connor cracked cringy jokes.
They'll warn you that you have to be careful. When you're coming back from meditation retreat, they'll tell you, like, don't make any rash decisions. Don't do any giant stunts or moves. Give yourself time to integrate insights, to ground yourself. They even tell you things like, be careful, because when you come back home, you might lash out at your wife. Or
Damn, he really has a damn bitch you live like this ass room. That is true. This is Steph and Molyneux for guys who do vape tricks. Real. Very real. Hate this guy, yeah. What I want to know is, do Indians really get $3,000 a month in Canada? That's nuts. I think they do. At least some of them do. I don't know. Yeah, we like handing out cash. I don't know if it's just like you're Indian, you automatically get $3,000, but I think there's something like that. I think they're like, yeah, I think they do.
Girlfriend, or you might want to get a divorce, or quit your job, or tell your boss you go fuck yourself, and just, don't do those things.
While Leo expressed how much he disapproved of what Connor was doing both during this call and elsewhere, some people in Leo's own forum agreed with Connor's message. All of this is to say that these so-called enlightened conclusions that people like Leo and Connor drew from psychedelic experiences aren't exclusive to them. There are many documented instances where psychedelic use, usually DMT, leads people to take their own life in order to cross over to the other side, sometimes even being told by the entities they see while on the substance that they should hurt others in order to prove the meaninglessness of life. While some of these can easily be pushed aside as people who are inexperienced with the substance or who already have pre-existing mental problems, there are cases in which professional shamans who dedicated their entire lives to engaging with it also end up deceased. And to add to that irresponsibility, he immediately proceeds to promote it to everyone he knows with no regard for how that may affect them.
Even though I'm God, God still experiences insecurities. God still experiences everything. There has to be ups and downs. There has to be downs to experience the ups. It's just there's this weird
Yeah, this is really not selling me on doing DMT and ayahuasca and whatnot. If you're Indian, they do pay you to breathe over there. Yeah, pretty much. I love you guys, but I can't sit through this Noid. The Looksmaxxer guys are draining my loosh by even knowing their existence. Don't worry, you already like seeing the Discord tomorrow. All right, yeah, take her easy, man. Sometimes we gotta look into the dark corners,
underlying feeling that everything gets better, and it's weird. But anyway.
After getting rather lukewarm results from his manager, he then tries to enlighten his best friend, Brett Maverick, but this goes even worse in comparison because Brett sits there stone-faced for nearly an hour, giving almost no input back to Connor.
And that is, if you really work around that logic, somehow we thought that logic is a disease of the ego, but it's not. The ego is something completely different than we've ever imagined, and it just has to slowly be unraveled. Recognizing the ego as thought is a step. That's what you realize, is that the enlightenment process is realizing truth in the moment, but then at a later level, realizing that it was fake.
If you speed it up, it kind of looks like that video of a kid with ADHD who is studying math, and then he's
If you do DMT, you'll get spongle. I've heard a lot of people say that, yeah.
Watching a video about Star Wars, as Connor spazzes around and monologues incessantly, and Brett locks in for 54 minutes straight. There are a few interesting tidbits from this upload, though, such as Connor saying that he was born 6 days ago, as that's when his ego supposedly died.
I've been working on this. I've been actually born for 6 days now, for 6 days. I think we talked about this earlier, but we are so far.
What is ego death? That's one of those things I hear hippies talk about all the time, and I've never really understood what it is. Ego death, also known as ego dissolution, is the complete temporary loss of subjective self-identity. It is the conscious state where the boundary separating you from the environment disappears, making you feel deeply connected to or merged with the universe. Psychedelics, okay. What? That sounds kind of bad. I don't know. This is just stimulant talk, the way they're bugging on about God. Yeah. Brent Maverick shaves his lips like his actual lips with a razor. Sorry, who's Brent Maverick? Is that this guy?
Past that knowledge that I forgot. But the ego
Why
died
don't you
6
shave
days
your
ago.
lips?
Is the 6th day. It's the 6th day at 5 p.m.
Given ego death is commonly cited as a result of DMT trips, that's probably what he was talking about. Additionally, he says he needs to keep doing what he's doing nonstop until the 7th day, as a reference to the book of Genesis, where it says that God rested on the 7th day. But by far, the most interesting one out of this set of videos is when he tries and fails to enlighten his parents, as unlike his talks with other people, they act
Realizing you're not the only consciousness in the world and that we're all made of the same stuff. That's ego death? It's when hippies reset their brain and think... Because the context that I've always heard it of is exclusively people trying to, like, sell doing a bunch of psychedelic drugs. That's, like, the only context I've ever heard of ego death get mentioned. Yeah. Do Indians experience ego birth?
actually grill him a good bit and make him feel less confident about his realizations.
You know, no matter, I know this seems like a giant mind, but you're going to realize that this has value. So,
okay.
So, you know, I never talked to you about like what you did for work. Like, I never really got to know you. Like, I know you as a father, but I don't know you as a friend.
Right.
I don't even blame him. His bald dad with Fox News playing in the background for the entirety of the stream has a Dark Souls boss tier power level. He actually mogs Connor into submission in under 1 minute.
I want you to imagine, you know how I always wanted you guys to be proud of me?
We are. We always have been.
Will you, though? Will you be always proud of me no matter what?
We don't have any choice.
That's not true. It's falsehood. Like,
that's how we look at it, though. Sure, we're going to stick with you, whatever's got to happen.
During this video, which is so confusing that it's not even worth watching for the most part, Connor is purposely obfuscating a lot more than usual, probably because he knows he can get away with a lot less of his insanity when he's interacting with his parents. Instead of the terrible things he was saying about them in his goodbye video, here he's congratulating them on how good they were as parents. It seems like this was done intentionally as kind of a love-bombing tactic, since immediately after he's done, he pivots to the same enlightenment shtick he was saying to his friends and a manager. It's also clear from their demeanor that they're genuinely concerned for him, but despite how psychotic he seems, they are still overall supportive of his.
The audacity of a midwit YouTuber trying to philosophize himself out of working a regular job and accepting obscurity. Well, I'm not going to shade anyone for trying to avoid a regular job, you know? How far would you go to avoid the 4-hour life? It's kind of like getting bullied by yourself so much that you change yourself entirely, usually in the context of psychedelic trip. Basically, you see things not previously seen to yourself. Okay.
His decisions, which is quite surprising given the way he went on to describe them. Eventually, he comes clear about what the point of the stream really was.
You're right. I've been trying to confuse you. Because your understanding of the world is keeping you trapped.
When he tries to convince us.
I have a bad association with ego death because I first heard of it from this guy who had house parties and just like got fucked up all the time, but kind of would like try and pretend that him doing like coke and DMT made him some sort of like shaman ritualist type guy, and he was mad annoying. I don't know, so I always associate the term ego death with him. People think doing lots of drugs can put you in a state that achieves ego death. I just think it just means you're making yourself retarded, but they think it's great bragging about not being egotistical. Yeah, that's like, the guy, exactly like the guy I was just talking about. There's a thing called the Johari window that makes it make more sense. Johari window is a psychological framework created by the psychologist, is used to enhance self-awareness, communication, build trust by mapping traits. Blind spot, hidden areas. Okay. My friend who lost his marble sounds like this, who's also a shaman loser guy. Many such cases. Didn't boomers eat lots of acid and mushrooms? Didn't their cultural collective ego fuck up the world and continue to? Well, yeah. Ego death is not real and or good. Ego death is usually very gay. If someone else talks to you about it, ego death can be the most egotistical thing. I always understood ego death is the most annoying person you've ever met, got high in South America, and has become aggressively more annoying. Yeah, that's kind of been my experience with people who talk about ego death as well. Is that ego and all that fragmented sides of the self even real? I don't even know. Y'all. We're all just clumps of cells and chemicals floating in the universe, so there's no individual identity. Yeah. That sounds a lot like what all the villains say in my lovely Ayn Rand novel I'm reading.
Parents to stop being Christian and instead recognize that their YouTube prankster son is the true God. They don't really budge, so he changes his strategy. At about 53 minutes into the—
Also, it's sort of it seems like having ego death and the result of that being to like declare yourself God. I don't know. There seems to be a little bit of a divergence in the terminology there, you know? Like ego death, I am God. They seem sort of separate. Joke's on them. We have individual souls beloved by God. What about an ego gape? It's true. Ego death is just a signal to stop listening to the person saying it. Yeah. Ego death is bottom coded. We're all just space dust, man. But I would never, ever say the gamer word. Yeah, you caught him. Logical fallacy engaged.
The stream, Connor asks his mom why she isn't experiencing heaven on Earth like he claims to be, to which she replies saying that heaven for her would mean she could see her deceased father, something Connor could not provide. Unable to form a cogent answer, this is how he reacts.
See my dad again? Can't do that on Earth, Connor.
True. Oren Boyle, nasty little worm. A lot of people are saying Oren Boyle, very nasty little worm. The Gamer Worrell, interesting. Sorry, Ram Dass did it, and he was a massive fruit? Who's Ram Dass?
Yes, you can. It's incredible.
And just like the previous time he broke into tears while telling them they were great parents, he instantly launches into another effort to enlighten them.
Do a little side quest here quickly. Ram Dass, also known as Baba Ram Dass, is an American guru, New Age, 1971, seminal. Okay. He's one of those white guys who took on a Indian name and did drugs in the 60s. Okay. Yeah, you can do enough mushrooms to convince you gay sex is cool. Yeah, when they eventually like legalize mushrooms, that's gonna be like, you know how cigarettes have all like the lung disease type stuff. Rammed ass. Well, yeah, he did literally name himself Rammed Ass. So keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, they need to, when they sell mushrooms and stuff, once it's legal, instead of like the cigarette, like lung cancer, impotence, tooth decay, all that kind of stuff, it'll have to be like, if you do too many, you will start thinking that gay sex is cool. Okay, so man, his name was literally Rammed Ass. That is crazy. Timothy Leary guy, Harvard Divinity School. Is it? I'm not too up to date on it, but I feel like every time I hear Harvard Divinity School mentioned, it's for the most like insane, like atheist libtard stuff I've ever heard in my life. Like it's all like Carl Sagan guys who teach like atheism at Harvard Divinity School, going to gay sex class with Professor Rammed Ass and doing Indian rituals on acid. That seems to be the type of stuff they do at Harvard Divinity School, from my impression. European cigarettes should just have photos of gay sex to ward people off of smoking. Well, I don't think that cigarettes give you the idea that gay sex is cool. I think we're talking more about mushrooms, stuff like that. I had a very serious older fabricator coworker give me the Ram Dass book, and I still have no idea what he meant by that. I'm pretty sure he was trying to trick you into having gay sex with him, would be my guess. He was trying to sort of subliminally implant sort of Rammed Ass style. I can't believe his name is Rammed. His name is Rammed Ass, and he's here remembering his bar mitzvah. Okay, lads. Should a 5'8" guy like me take a microdose since we're little and a normal dose might be too much? That sounds pretty smart. Yeah. Psychedelics is just being a swinger with your mind. He was supposedly Christian. Teaching not believing in God. I swear there's, I don't know. It's all like, that seems to be what they do there. I went to a divinity school. Harvard is known as bonkers. There you have it. There you have it, folks. Tripping causes loose anus. That's what they're saying, folks.
Equally unsuccessful. With the added context of these streams, what becomes evident is that Connor's meltdown, even if to some extent genuine, was absolutely planned with a few intended outcomes in mind, including but not limited to making the people that resisted his enlightenment, namely his parents, look terrible. So much for ego death and getting past personal grudges. After a month of inactivity, Connor returned to his second channel, Connor Murphy Talks, announcing that he'd been in a psych ward, confirming that the trigger for his meltdown was his ayahuasca ritual, but promising that he would never take another mind-altering substance like that ever again. He also reveals a little more about his inpatient stay.
Alive? How old is this guy? What the heck? Baba rammed ass. Okay, is this guy... surely he must be dead, no? He must be 1,000,000 years old.
The teachings on the two truths, the relative level, relative truth, and ultimate truth. And so just if we take an example of something very ordinary.
Okay, I'm hearing reports that rammed ass... I'm sorry, guys. The fact that his name is literally rammed ass is really just kind of keeps cracking me up every time I hear it. Imagine being tricked into gay sex by the evil machine elf jesters. Well, so many such cases.
Be here now.
Imagine being tricked into having gay sex by a guy named Baba Rammed Ass, in collusion with the machines.
Brandes, what does initiative mean to you?
Planetary initiative?
No, initiative. What does that word hold for you?
Mean?
To take initiative.
To take initiative means to find that place in you that is responsible for the universe. And that part isn't ego. It's something deeper than that. It's not ego control. A lot of people think responsibility is you ought to be responsible, meaning, and I'm being responsible in an ego sense. But if you go inside or behind your own ego, your own mind, you come to a place where you experience being a co-creator in the universe, in which you see the way in which your mind creates the universe in which you dwell. And then you start to accept, you acknowledge that part of your identity. And that's what I mean by acknowledging responsibility.
That's wonderful.
And that's where initiative comes from. All the rest of it is mechanical runoff. You have the choice of being the victim or the creator. That's it. And most people think it's too much chutzpah to think that they're the creator. So they're busy being the victim. Because as long as you identify with the body or the personality or your own...
He has pedophile eyes. They look like little assholes. Yeah, he does. There is something kind of distressing about his eyes. The mouth is saying ego death, but your eyes are saying gay sex. Yeah. That's the vibe Rammed Ass is throwing off. His name is Rammed Ass. His name is Rammed Ass.
Mind, that's all stuff, and that's all law, and it's all lawfully running off. And if you identify...
His name is Rammed
with that, you feel like you've been had by the universe. Because you feel like you're at the whim of overwhelming...
We already did an early life check on Ram, and it was him remembering his bar mitzvah.
...forces all the time. And the minute you get into that part of you that's not in time or space, you experience... Be here now.
For that, we have to go to India, to Allahabad. Allahabad was the government seat of Uttar Pradesh, which is the largest state on the continent of India, on the country of India. And my guru, my spiritual teacher,
my guru
was having darshan, meaning he was sitting in a room, and a lot of people came to hang out with him because it felt good. And so there might have been 40 of us in the room. Some
Damn,
Westerners
this shit
and a
is
lot
so
of Indians.
stupid. Yeah, real. Real, Ben. Very real. Very cool.
My guru was sitting there, and he said,
Muddy gay sex, we have to go to.
he was talking to different people about things, just kind of randomly. You just sort of sit there and you just hang out. It's like sitting in honey, or something like that. It's really tasty. And he was talking to this older gentleman, and he said, Ram Dass used to be a great professor at Harvard, a very important man, and he built me up. Now, if you knew my guru, who had one water pot and a dhoti that kept falling off him, and lived in culverts under roads, he was hardly somebody impressed by any of that crap. But he was milking it like it was like, and Ram Dass is this, and Ram Dass is that, and he was doctor, and you know, and the man was getting more and more impressed. And Maharaji introduced this man.
Yeah, he's getting borderline like Zizek levels of like smacking his lips and stuff. I mean, I guess I do too, but yeah. Yeah, Indians are making good money off these people in the 60s. Yeah, it is crazy, the like the ISAT rise and fall of India over a mere few decades, where when Ram Dass was a young, dumb, and full of cum, being an Indian guy was the coolest thing you could possibly be. Less so now. Less so now. Having a guru is probably the most boomer thing. Yeah, you have to keep in mind, guys, this guy is like, this is boomer excellence. This is one of their literal top guys, is Professor Ram Dass. In 1975, literally the coolest guy on earth, Professor Ram Dass and his guru Maharaji, who lived in Indian culverts. Very cool. I love how atheists will go to these lengths to avoid going to church. Hello, sir. I am wizard. I am wizard, sir. You give me money, please.
And to me, and he was the head of the Supreme Court of Uttar Pradesh. And the head of the court said, perhaps you'd like to visit the court. Now, I grew up in a family of lawyers, and I didn't come to India to go to the court system of India, which is, it's all nightmare to me. I mean, that's a hard world. I honor you that are lawyers. So I, of course, didn't want to do this, but I was very well trained in my parents' knees, so I said that would be very nice. Figuring someday. So the man says, tomorrow?
I asked my dad what the 70s were like, and he said, sucked. Yeah, based dad ban. Yeah, there's some real funny pictures of my dad in the 70s with like giant like mutton chops and orange pants and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. The mouth sounds are worse than Hugh. Thank you. I'll take that. India is all a nightmare to me. It's a hard world. Real. The 70s were like the film Death Wish. Yeah. Chutzpah, Family of Lawyers. Are we putting... We already put this puzzle together. It literally, in his... on his Wikipedia, talks to him about him remembering his bar mitzvah. So the puzzle is already complete. We've already solved that mystery. And the answer is yes. Yes.
So I said, it's up to my...
Also, guys, just for context, his name is literally Rammed Ass. It's literally Rammed Ass, guys.
Guru. Okay? I figured he'd save me. Maharaji says, if Ram Dass says it would be very nice, it'll be very nice.
His name is Rammed Ass, and yes, he is Jewish, okay?
To be like this, see, like, don't screw around, baby. So, okay. So I went to the court, and there was a murder trial with 3 judges sitting there, and I felt all of that and went through that. And then I ended up in the in the room of the lawyers, who were all wigged and with their robes. And they surrounded me because I was from the States, and I was new in the room, and I was being escorted by the chief of this court. That helped. And they started to question me about Nick.
Okay, so according to Wikipedia, not only was he Jewish and named Ramdas, he was quite literally gay. He was quite literally a gay guy named Ramdas, and also, just for context, was Jewish.
Nixon's China policy, which was...
Did the guru give him that name? I'm going to guess he earned that name with his guru, yes. Convincing white North Americans India's cool is very J-coded. They had a good run. They had about a 60-year run, like 1960, maybe a little bit earlier, to about 2020 or so, where that op was working well. It's sort of flopped now, but in many such cases, such as Canada, it may be too late. Only a boomer who grew up in the golden age could be stupid enough to see a weird Indian guy and think, my guru. Literally, from the sounds of it, an Indian homeless guy. Not even just an Indian guy, an Indian homeless guy who gave him the name Ramdas. I'm pretty sure he has a different name. Yeah, Richard Alpert was his original name, but he decided to bar mitzvah. But he changed his name to literally Ramdas.
Just come in at that moment. Now, I had read Time magazine, so I was totally knowledgeable about the deepest truth of this topic. So I said everything I had learned in Time, and they were deeply impressed, because I said it with the authority of being brought in by the Chief Justice, you know. So then I was sent back to my guru, and I came back, and he said, so what happened at the court? He's like he's sitting with the women out in the kitchen, and what happened in the court? So I started telling...
The character in Lost named Richard Alpert was named after him. Is Lost a good show? I never watched it. Should I watch Lost? Why are they laughing? He's killing. He's crushing it up there. Well, they're laughing because they keep remembering that his name is literally Rammed Ass. I think that's why they're laughing. 1960s and 70s guys had no defense mechanism against the Indian confidence. They were undebatable. You can't debate them, like Ben Shapiro. True. Good point. Wet mouth sounds. Yep. Why did we go from jacked guys injecting gold to Jewish Indian guys psyops? I can't remember. There was a connection, though.
And he keeps filling in information.
I think it had to do with psychedelics.
So obviously he knows. So then he's kind of...
But yeah, good point. Let's go back to jacked guys injecting gold. I love Lost so much. It's my favorite show. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll check it out. Man, this stinky homeless Indian guy really has the meaning of life figured out. Gay Jewish boomer. So many such cases. Literally millions upon millions of such cases. Ego death is when your guru renames you Rammed Ass. Yeah. I still like Alan Watts, though. He's another New Age guy. I've never really looked into him. I don't know. It's too late around me. All the extra land in my childhood township is now rich Indian housing development. The suburb is now built out. Lots of G's restaurants popping up. Yeah, I feel you, man. Ramdas is a sodomite, and his name is Rammed Ass. True. Very true. But yeah, let's get back to our original topic here.
Showing that
that was a fun little diversion. This guy clearly sucks and is emblematic of a whole lot of terrible things in the world, but his name is Rammed Ass, which is very, very funny. So let's all put that in our pockets and save it for later. Can we look up fitness tips from female trainers? Maybe in a bit, yeah. And it was about ego death. Thanks to that commenter for making it so I don't have to listen to this literal gay Jewish Indian. Yes, we're good on that guy, I think. Alan Watts is a grifting retard. He's so very deep when you're 15 years old. A lot of debate on Alan Watts going on. I know the name. I don't really know what his deal is. Identify with Rammed Ass over Looksmaxxers. He's living his true self. Okay.
Diagnosed with either drug-induced psychosis or bipolar disorder. However lucid he appears in this video, he reiterated that all of that happened for a greater purpose and that he'd seen through the illusion of death.
The past few weeks have been some of the most self-improvement focused...
Wait, is Kurt Vonnegut paused? I haven't read his books in a long time, but I really liked them once upon a time. Some of that stuff's deep. Is he a troublemaker? I certainly enjoyed his books once upon a time. But what's wrong with him? Is he a rammed ass guy with like an Indian homeless guru and whatnot?
Weeks of my entire life, I've had some extremely eye-opening spiritual experiences that have changed my life for the better. I can honestly say that I'm completely free from the illusion of death, and that I've been able to fill in some of the gaps between
Kurt Vonnegut is the Harrison Bergeron guy.
Science and religion that I've had in my head. I've even been able to completely rid myself of insecurities and social anxiety that used to haunt me just months ago.
Clearly, there was still something wrong. In the following days, he released a batch of self-improvement oriented videos about mewing, fasting, and spirituality.
So I believe much of the original story of Jesus has simply been lost in translation. An example of poor translation is like when Jesus turned water into wine. We seem to take this literally. When it simply meant that Jesus gave off so much positive and non-judgmental energy, people started to feel more happy, more loose, more free, as if they just had a glass of wine.
It's clear that he was aiming to make the same kind of content as Leo Gura, down to his delivery and setting. Highlights of this brief period of semi-sanity include him describing how he naturally reversed his hair loss that he's had for years, which is most likely explained by...
That's interesting. That's interesting. We'll need to look more into that. Everyone who ever made anything is a F-slur. You just have to pick them anyway. Well, in many such cases, yeah. In many such cases. Vonnegut rocks. Illusion of death is so sinister to say. Yeah. Gobbo update, my quest for a more dense bush has shown merit, would suggest ordinary hair growth serum for those struggling with whorls. So when you say bush, are you talking about the hair on the top of your head, or are you specifically rubbing serum on your pubic hair? Hair growth serum, interesting. If you were a real elite, they would put sandbags on your back. Yeah, the whole Bible actually means this. Well, and especially too, because like where they're getting that from is like getting high on drugs and like thinking about it and being like, oh, here's the real truth, man. I mean, that high schoolers will read Vonnegut and think it's deep, which it is. You don't really need to go much deeper. Sometimes that's enough. Yeah. I mean, kids run away with stuff. Kurt Vonnegut is based. I've only read Ernest and Bergeron's very short story, very prophetic. His novels are good too. I mean, I don't really know what his deal. He was probably a libtard or whatever, but his books are good. God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater is. I mean, it's been like 20 years since I read it, but I found it to be excellent. Same with a bunch of his other ones. I really liked him for a while there. Serbians refer to their head hair as a bush. Okay, because we here actually refer to something else as a bush, so that's good to know moving forward. Sage Francis, Vonnegut Busy is a great track. I'm not familiar with it. No, we are trying to grow thick pubic hair, Hugh. We aren't pedophiles. All right, y'all. Yo, what's up, CP? Vonnegut was good, but some of those 50s OGs hipsters like Burroughs sucks. I had a period where I thought William S. Burroughs was cool, but as I've maturing is realizing that William S. Burroughs is a total piece of shit and his books suck and he's a terrible influence, and getting into him will literally kill you because he's genuinely evil, and also all of his books are actual trash, and and he totally sucks. Vonnegut, I think, is significantly better than William S. Burroughs. William S. Burroughs, as I've gotten older, he totally stinks. His books suck to read, and he's literally an evil, gay, junkie pedophile. I've read a ton of Vonnegut. He rules. One of the only people I consider a hero, with the addition of Ron Paul and Ayn Rand, of course. Zaced, Turbo Zaced, shaving my thanks at my balls. I've heard that Jack Kerouac was kind of tapped in. Yeah, I've heard he was low-key based, but all those other beatnik guys were literal Allen Ginsberg, William S. Burroughs pedophiles. Sirens of Titan. Yeah, Kurt Vonnegut. Yeah, his books are good. I highly recommend God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater, if you haven't read it. That was probably my favorite of his. I thought it was great. I don't know the names of guys because that's gay, so this is all over my head. Allen Ginsberg was the worst, true. Everyone will get their feelings hurt if we start discussing which novelists are gay retard. Well, true, But listen, this is a space we can all shoot from the hip. Call whoever you want a gay retard. I'm staking out the claim on William S. Burroughs and Allen Ginsberg. Jack London was another Zaced literary guy. Well, yeah, he was those adventure stories and stuff. He's cool. All of us. Out of all of us, Russ is the worst looking girl. Yeah. Hugh Sand, do you have any tips with anxiety stress that doesn't involve surfing inside one's head? No, I don't know if I do. I feel like surfing inside one's head is a decent result. But it would sort of depend on your situation. I'd say like one thing, if you're feeling anxious, you can keep in mind that like other people sort of think about you about as much as you think about them. So if you're not paying attention to them and like worrying what they're doing, they're probably not doing it with you either. And I don't know, you're just like whatever you're like stressing out over, if it's at least with like interpersonal stuff, it's like other people just like aren't noticing it to the degree that you are. Hugh, are you a Blood Meridian enjoyer? No, everybody loves it. I've tried to read it 2 or 3 times. I haven't been able to get into it. I'm willing to believe that it is actually good, and I will try and read it at some point. But 2 or 3 times I've attempted, and I've just not been able to get into it. Who is the Woman Beater author guy? I used to read a lot of his books. They were pretty good. I don't know. But yeah, you can DM Goblin on Discord. That's literally his job. Transall Saga, Blood Meridian, we're liking it. That hit deep. Dr. Seuss. Wait, isn't Dr. Seuss the one who is like secretly turbo based, or is that a different one? Aren't they? Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking it was Dr. Seuss. That was when they're always like trying to like posthumously do character assassination because he was like turbo-zaced. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I don't know. Blood Meridian movie. It's bedtime. All right, take it easy, buddy. That's def not true. Nightgram. A few options. Stress relief. I know for sure I think about Hugh way more than he thinks about me. Well, it's sort of different in this thing because I'm constantly broadcasting myself out. I meant more in like normal human interactions, you know? Non-J literature is based. Ocean dogs, adventure, masculine drugs, boys, subversion. Not drugs, boys. Okay, I thought drugs, boys, and subversion were on the list there. Non-J literature is so based. You know, stuff like oceans, dogs, adventures, drugs, boys, subversion. It's so based. Blood Meridian audiobook is the move, Hugh. I could see it. I've been audiobooking a bit recently. I like it before bed. But with audiobooks, I always like miss huge chunks of it. So I feel like I absorb it better if I actually read it. So I just do audiobooks for things I don't really care about too much, like random thrillers and horror books and stuff. Just read the ends, and at some point I will. I have to get through Ayn Rand though first. Hugh, have you read Infinite Jest? No, I've read 80% of it and talk about it as if I finished it because I kind of get the gist. I have not. Maybe someday I will. I'm reading Tom Clancy book right now, and I've lost my imagination. Tom Clancy's good. Good audiobook fodder in my opinion, because like you can just kind of listen to it and it's whatever. He slapped his wife in a press interview. Is that like I don't know, one of those sort of like chud, like I don't know, the old man and the sea guy, something like that. Anyone here heard of The Second Apocalypse by R. Scott Baker, Canadian Kino? I have not. I don't know if he beat his wife, but Robert Munch was definitely a crackhead. Well, now I think he's about to he either is or already has been mated by his adopted children. He adopted a bunch of kids, and now he has dementia, and they're about to mate him, or they already did. I can't remember, but yeah, it's kind of over for him, and his like United Nations adopted kids are gonna literally kill him. I bet Jordan thinks about me more than Hugh does. I think about you guys all the time, man. What are you talking about? Shel Silverstein was canceled. I used to be anxious about what other people thought before I discovered the grand plan. Now I just stress about being in a metaphorical wage cage. I feel like a caged animal. Oh, okay. Different kind of anxiety than what I was thinking of, perhaps. It's deterring me from working. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm a wage slave myself, so if I ever figure out how to escape it, I'll let you know. Myron, I think about you more than I think about Hugh, but I think about Jordan the most. Okay, that's fair. I thought by William S. Burroughs, you meant the guy who wrote Tarzan, but that's Edgar Rice Burroughs. Yeah, I'm talking about the junkie gay pedophile one. Audiobooks are my favorite way to read. I like them, but I just find it different. So there's certain things I'll do audiobooks for, and certain things I prefer to read normal style. Henry Ford had things to say about the Jays, but then he did finance a lot of factories in Soviet Russia. Oh yeah, I've read Charles Bukowski. It was the one I read was pretty good. We are all wage slaves. I hate Bukowski. Okay. Wasp Factory. We are getting taxed to death.
By him cycling off of the steroids he was taking, since right around the same time that he stopped losing his hair, he also lost a lot of muscle size. And a little bit of a side note here, but another content creator who specializes in hair transplants eventually reviewed Connor's scalp and claimed that he'd had at least 2 transplants. But of course, this was just speculation. Besides his interesting claims about reversing hair loss, he also released other videos he recorded on the same day as his meltdown, all of which were intended to be acting reels he put together in order to get more gigs as an actor.
Excuse me, sir. I watch YouTube video. Connor Murphy say he. I watch YouTube video. I watch it with my own eyes. He seemed sad.
I'm not sure if casting agents would be impressed.
What word is he saying? Is he saying the N-word there, guys? Guys, is he saying the N-word there? I listen to podcasts all day at work, but I can't. Yeah, I can't really do audiobooks at work. I do them before I fall asleep, but then I fall asleep, and then I miss an hour. So that's why I keep audiobooks of stuff that I don't really care that much about. Can't zone out an audiobook. Because, yeah, I just zone out for audiobooks too much. But I like them before bed. They are nice. I read Post Office like 10 years ago and remember it for some reason, but I couldn't tell you why. I listen to audiobooks while I'm driving. I've been listening to my cool Zayst, beautifully repaired by a beautiful transgender woman iPod Classic when I'm driving. I've dropped listening to AM Boomer radio, and I'm listening to Boomer music on my beautiful, lovingly repaired by a beautiful T-Foid iPod Classic. I'm loving it, guys. I'm loving it. So you don't zone out. I find myself losing focus. Yeah, that's why I've been listening to like the Hannibal Lecter books before going to sleep. It's like horror books and thrillers and stuff that I don't care if I miss like huge chunks of it.
By a paranoid schizophrenic calling the cops on himself while doing a terrible and slightly racist Asian accent, but then again, I'm not enlightened. While his alternative medicine and spirituality act held up for a couple of weeks, it wouldn't take long before he had another meltdown.
You guys don't understand. It is incredible to be crazy. I'm free. I'm free from suffering.
And I'm a big fan of the Kindle. I know a lot of people don't like it. I do still, when I come across like racist chud books, I will try and seek them out in hard copy. But big fan of the Kindle personally. It's a great piece of tech.
I'm free from insecurities. I'm free from all mental worry. I'm free from the self. I'm free from this restricted thought, this restricted psychological prison. I tricked the doctors into thinking I'm insane. They thought the goodbye video was real, don't you get it? Somehow, the best psychologists in the world, I manipulated them like my little puppets. They were never in control. They had this delusion that they were in control. But I was in control the entire time. I was doing it for this month-long YouTube stunt to try and wake people up.
This time around, as he had already proved himself to be an unreliable narrator and a generally dishonest person, it failed to get even a fraction of the impact of the previous meltdown. Seeing that he wasn't going to get attention that way, he decided to try something else instead. A 40-day fast that would be live streamed in its entirety to his followers. That is well over a month of nothing but water entering his system. Keep in mind, this is roughly the same thing that fellow esoteric YouTuber Sverige did. The coincidence is so great that both of them were also sun gazing. But if you've watched my video on Sverige, you know that the end result of his radical fasting and sun gazing was having a psychotic episode that gave him hallucinations and sent him to a psych ward. Although I don't think Connor is too scared of the psych ward given his previous familiarity with it. He made it clear in the comment section that his objective with this fast—
Is this the guy who walked into the lake and drowned? Yes. Though apparently he had been doing psychedelic drugs and injecting gold into himself and had like come to think of himself as God, and developed and possibly developed superpowers. We still haven't learned if that's quite true or not. Yeah, I feel like 40K audiobooks, that would be that's the type of ish I want to listen to on audiobook. So I can read my sort of based libertarian Milton Friedman, Ron Paul novels on my Kindle and then listen to 40K audiobooks. That sounds great.
Wasn't health, but something else entirely. That something else was, once again, trying to embody Jesus Christ.
What if instead of sun gazing, it was sun blazing and it was smoking weed outside? A lot to consider there. Much to consider there.
Just like his stay at the psych ward was originally intended to last for just 3 days to mimic the 3 days between Jesus' death and resurrection, Connor was going to fast for 40 days, like Jesus fasted in the desert. While other fitness influencers speculated that he was going to put himself in the hospital within a week due to how much muscle loss he'd endure as a consequence of the fast, his reasonably concerned viewers repeatedly tried to get mental health services to intervene in Connor's project. These attempts were unsuccessful, as Connor just used them as opportunities to make more content documenting his journey. In the meantime, he gave his audience tutorials on how to naturally enlarge their junk and read hate comments about his fast, all while he gradually became visibly emaciated. At the end of the 40 days, he looked like a skeleton. But fortunately, it didn't seem like the fast had any particularly bad side effects. After his return, he took up a vegan diet for some time and shared his experience with semen retention and no fat, a video which has 700,000 views as of the writing of my video. Now, as freaky as all this stuff is, through these videos, you get to see that if he truly applied himself, Connor could have easily pivoted from his prank videos to esoteric health content and started a whole second chapter of his career as a content creator. But due to how misguided his...
I just had a little thought here. We'll come back to this later. Yo, what's up, Time Child? It'd be kind of funny to see a boogie-style, morbidly obese guy through his enlightenment influencer arc. True. But you know, while we're on this got me thinking. I wonder if the brain geniuses on Odyssey.com have anything to say about giving yourself superpowers, and we are in luck because it would appear that at least some of them do. Very cool. Okay, do you guys feel powerful? Which one were you dibsing there, Dr. Peanut Butter? Which one of these beautiful ladies did you dibs, right or left? His brown wife is forcing him to do. Is there like supposed to be audio? Like, is this what the whole video is? Okay, very cool. Very cool. Okay, what searches on Odyssey.com do you guys think are going to unlock people who are talking about giving themselves superpowers? We have Noid stream. Are there a significant number of black people doing telekinesis stuff? Because I want to hear how this is sort of going to the root of the Connor Murphy story, of like giving yourself superpowers and then going insane. What if I just try like injecting gold? Injecting gold. Surely somebody is. Okay, actually, real quick, I just want to hear this guy talk about crypto wealth and investing. Is Odyssey going to work for me today?
Okay, welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Jim, and welcome new people from all over the world. Everybody's coming in. Great. Nice to have you aboard. We talk about cryptocurrency, the occult, investing, a bunch of guy stuff, you know.
I really like this guy. This guy's awesome. Search how to get superpowers on Google. That's not a bad idea. Have you guys ever seen the black Hebrew Israelite fella who sits on the throne and describes how all famous people in history were black? No, he sounds like a Serbian. Like that's kind of Serbian coded there. Mantra, maybe the pathway. I can see that. Hugh, can we listen to Sissy Hypno and see if we can resist? That sounds like a great idea for when maybe in the next week or two we do a Ron Paul libertarian kick stream. That sounds like the exact type of thing we will be doing over on the Ron Paul libertarian paradise platform, kick.com. And yeah, we'll all test ourselves by listening to Sissy Hypno for 3 hours.
Right now we kind of focus on crypto and what's going on with cryptocurrencies, and basically what's been going on.
Okay, thank you. How to get superpowers. That was the guy in the Louis Theroux doc. Was that guy? I don't know. I remember when Connor climbed the concrete pole and then took his shirt off. That seemed to be a big thing for him, taking his shirt off places, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. How to get Powerbomb in Super Metroid, Rothschild, Supreme Court. None of this appears to be how to get superpowers. How to get superpowers. Okay, Reddit r/superpowers. Let's check that out real quick. Let's watch some Sissy Hypno right now as an experiment. No. That's the thing we're going to do on Ron Paul, Libertarian Platform, Kick. I'll double up on my boron in preparation for Sissy Hypno. Yeah, you guys start taking your extra boron now. You know what? I don't want to look at Reddit. Ayn Rand pilled and Libertarian coded. Yep, that's kick.com, all right. Best way to get superpowers. This guy looks like he knows what he's talking about. Is Frank still putting out Sissy Hypno? Who's that? Frank Hassel?
They're drinking stuff. If you do want superpowers and you have a scientist friend, I think that's the easiest way is to steal their identity, their little card, their key card that hangs on their white coat, break into the lab and start drinking stuff. Any bottle of a liquid or a goo that's very colorful, drink it. I think this is the quickest way to either you're just going to explode and die, get ultimate cancer.
That's very, very cool. Very cool. How to get superpowers. Okay, what do you mean? How are there only 2? There can't only be 2. What the? How to get superpowers in real life. I feel like this is, okay, there's got to be at least 200 million Mexican kids searching this on TikTok every single day. There's got to be more than that on TikTok. Frank Hassel. Can't wait till Shenmue 3, personally. Do you guys actually want us to roll directly into the rest of the Shenmue series or break up Purple Playtime a bit? I think we're getting kind of close to the end in Shenmue. I'm not 100% certain, but we have been thinking about what to do next on there. Drink glow sticks and explode and die. True. I always thought Copper Cap and Frank Hassel would be an unbeatable hassling combo. I don't know who the other guy is. Reddit is actually not blocked in Russia. It really makes you think. A true weapon dedicated for epic psychological warfare. Go to Blue Sky. You need an account to look at Blue Sky now? Okay, what does this guy looks like he knows?
I know you've been dreaming about having superpowers in real life.
Whoa. Like he's literally using his mind to move stuff. He just moved that with his mind, guys.
Well, the secret is you already do have powers. You just don't know how to use them. So sign up for my class this weekend so you can start bringing those dreams to life. You feel?
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff.
Bitch!
Oh,
I am an author. I write books. I'm not calling you a bitch. I would never. I'm just saying, bitch. Like, I wrote a book.
He is just like
this
Naruto.
book.
And yes, he does have... Well, yes, he has superpowers, but guess what? We all do. We just don't know how to use them yet because we haven't taken the class. We haven't taken the program yet. My brother likes the Yakuza games, and they seem good for Purple Playtime. Okay.
To use your aura, and the paperback is now available on the Amazon store. You can have it shipped to you.
Very cool. Seems, yeah, okay. I guessed that this is like a lot of Hispanic people are searching this, and yes, there appears to be a lot of it, which is perfect. Ooh, this is a guru here, sort of rammed-ass style.
Don't let anyone take this chance from you. Telekinesis is no longer a fairy tale. It's a real technique with step-by-step training. Want to learn? First, follow me. Did you follow? Are you sure? Because I'll check. Okay, let's move on. I'm sure everyone will be amazed. Moving objects with the power of it. And do you know what's most important? It's not about the objects, it's about the barriers in them. Break one, and everything will become easier and clearer. Life will start shining with new color. It's not about moving objects without your aid. It's about reloading yourself and becoming your best version. Now, you're already you 2.0, and I'm just here, always supporting. And in case you forgot,
Wow, very cool.
Superpower. First, go to the supermarket and get bread. Then go to the garbage dump and grab a bag of rubbish. Put it in your room and lock it. Sleep outside for 5 days. Enter your room and you will see the room is filled with cockroaches. Take the bread and the cockroaches will come and eat. They will accidentally bite you and you will turn into a cockroach man. As cockroach man, you will have the ability.
Okay, I got some Chinese comedy there. Yeah, I think only Indian guys can like hover the dried turds or whatever. Can we get Jokester's laugh on a soundboard? Whoa! Probably, yeah, that's doable. Imagine talking to your black coworker, your blow worker, and he tells you he's paying for telekinesis class.
Whoa!
Imagine that indeed, folks. Maybe the guru magic is what makes all Indian workforce so appealing. Could well be. That would make sense. Could do a purple playtime of the Warriors. Is the Warriors on PC? Or would I have to get a PlayStation 2 for that? Filipino wife simulator. If Indians and blacks can do this, imagine what some caked up white boys can pull off after months of real retention. Much to consider. Another black guy. Another black guy with powers.
Now, I guarantee this stupid shit probably happened to nobody else but me. But when I was younger, because of movies and cartoons and things like that, I used to think like, hey, if I go through something crazy and traumatic enough, I'll most likely get some powers that way.
The Warriors game was swag. I don't have a PlayStation 2 anymore, but I do have that game on PlayStation 2. But it'd really have to be on... I guess I could emulate it, I suppose. I could do that. IRL Purple Playtime episode of the guys playing wiffle ball. There is a new pickleball court near me. Maybe we could get into pickleball.
How to gain real spiritual powers.
Not real. That was
Most people think it's impossible, but the truth is, real power is already within
Is that a booger or a nose ring?
you. Spiritual powers isn't about casting spells or controlling others. It's about unlocking the full potential.
That game where you run around malls murking people, I believe, was State of Emergency, which I liked a lot as a kid.
Of your mind, your energy, and your frequency. The secret? Alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions match your higher...
My favorite how-to guide on getting superpowers is from the anime One Punch Man. Basically, all you gotta do is 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and run 10K every day. You get that doing until you go bald. Based much. Hugh, do disc golf instead. Way better than pickleball. I don't think we have disc golf here. I have been adding the chirps. I admit I've been adding the chirps, folks. State of emergency. They call me spiritual powers, and yes, I am within you. Yeah.
frequency, you tap into the abilities that most people never access. Intuition sharpens, manifestation speed up. Your present alone shifts the...
Very interesting. Okay, I know you guys have been asking for some hot chicks on the stream, so here you go. You can thank me later.
Sabia que existem documentos que ensinam a você ganhar realmente superpoderes?
My bad, that's a guy.
Eu encontrei um tutorial de como desenvolver telecinese.
Alright, dibs up, boys. Dibs up. Who's gonna save her?
E eu tenho quase certeza que a Eleven aprendeu a usar os seus poderes com esse tutorial. Então a gente precisa testar. O nosso objetivo vai ser com a mente. O primeiro passo é a fé. Você não vai conseguir.
Okay, there's got to be more results. What is going on there? Unlock superpowers. Torta maxing. I just checked a map, and there are at least 30 disc golf courses around Edmonton, so you're all out of excuses. Really? I've never seen one. I don't know if that's accurate. Do we have $5? Search the term Nubian, please. Is that gonna have power
definitely.
unlock?
What are some of the abilities that we're underutilizing?
Telekinesis is one of them. You know, we do it all the time. Boy, your ears must be burning. I just spoke you up and you called. You know what I'm saying? That's, hey, you know, you was just on my mind and you called me. So things like that. Spiritual discernment, knowing that somebody.
All right. Very cool stuff. Nubian. Apparently, I've been led to believe that this search is going to unlock a lot of powerful, sort of superpower type stuff, so.
كمان لما كنت تيجي في بيوتنا ولو جيت قعدت تخبط محدش هيسمعك لأن البيوت بطبيعتها كانت كبيرة وواسعة. فاحنا كنا.
Sorry, what is a Nubian? What is a Nubian? I need a Ben Shapiro sister type. Portuguese is what minions speak, real. It's review. They hide disc golf courses from black people and Indians. Oh, okay. That's why I've never seen them. Search Khazar milkers. I don't know. I'm going to check that out. Indigo Child or Star Child. That's a classic, actually. First, we're going to do a couple more Nubians because I believe this is going to teach us how to unlock special powers. Sorry, what is a Nubian? Are they like black Arabs? I'm now realizing I don't actually know what a Nubian is. Indigo Child. Have the Chrome Boys ever been on Godlike Productions? No, I don't know what that is. I think one of the many socioeconomic issues that affect these communities is that they don't understand fiction.
The first soul signature, the indigo, has everything to do with breaking down old systems and.
All right, y'all. Are you who's dibsing? Who's dibsing? Message retracted. What does that mean? Key system stands. I once heard the smoke detector chirp described as how the hallways sound by a Galaxy Glass. Oh, I'm not going to say that last word, but Nubians are non-Arab black people. Okay. Not African. Average Swede. Godlike Productions definitely has thousands. Sorry, what is that? Is that like a YouTube channel? Because you know I be liking Starseed type stuff. Starseed type-ish. Probably lost any internet forum known for discussion of... I'm being verified, y'all. I'm being... Okay. Okay, yep. Oh, it's like a forum. Okay. I farted in your mouth. Okay, if I click on this stuff, is there gonna be pornography in here? I might have to scan this later. Let's see. I'm seeing some dibs flying around here. I might have to pre-scan that one.
Being a rebel. They are extremely mission-driven and have a strong inner fire for righteousness and the truth. These type of souls are intense, and they're not the type to just nod and obey.
What accent is this?
Indigo children are the ultimate rebels that will do the exact opposite that authority figures tell them to do. They are the kids that say, I'm not going to stand out there, when they are being told to stand outside. These are the kids. They are the ultimate truth seekers whose mission has everything to do with exposing lies, corruption, and illusions. They do not like to waste time and will go.
Baby accent. Bjork style accent. This is AI, muzzle it. That's the pedophile accent. 4-year-old. Is she Chinese? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure she's like from Bjorkland or like Aurora Land or something, like one of those places where they make weird little baby chicks. Okay, here's that one. That was a little bit weird Chinese-Russian hybrid. But here's a nice age-appropriate foid for us all to throw.
On Earth, there are two other types of souls incarnate. Interplanetary souls that we've been talking about. And there are souls from the angelic realm. The angelic soul is different than Earth-based, is different than IP. The angelic realm serves the higher force that coordinates Earth. They're like ambassadors of the higher force. I've been taught to call that the Manu. And the role, and I don't mean to.
The Manu. White Han Maxing. That's some kind of Chinese. Oh, that's crazy. Yo, what the fuck was that? Bork Island. She's Japanese, and you're a pedophile if you like her, you sick freaks. She's Japanese. Wow. Now that is awesome.
In this life, there are different types of children. And today, I want to talk about the characteristics of an indigo child. See if you're one of them. Indigo children feel very deeply when it comes to things being unjust.
Godlike Productions is 100% porn-free and is heavily moderated. You won't find 4chan-ish on there. I would never do that to my chromies, just FYI. Okay, word. Just some of the I don't even know what these are. These people? I don't know. A lot of them seemed a little bit saucy. A little bit saucy. Toronto, please. Yeah, this is one. I'll check it out. That's a pre-scan type thing. There's too much going on there. Dibs also for real this time. Yeah, I'm surprised there aren't more dibs flying left and right here. Camille Paglia unlocks powers, but ain't nobody wanna be saying dat no more. I only very vaguely know who Camille Paglia is. Is she Zaced and or red pilled? Should I be investigating Camille Paglia to unlock special powers? They just made it past the ice wall, ice bridge. Oh, that's Inuit. Inuit are Chinese. That's true, and real. You know the best thing about this archetype of boomer is that they have been LARPing for 20 years on a pile of trash that they hoard because they were told by TV that the trash is worth millions. Yeah.
And unfair. They are very much truth seekers and warriors of integrity.
Try the Noid forum. X-Hamster. Sounds awesome.
A very young age. They are highly intuitive and basically feel beyond this realm. Usually have psychic abilities and empathetic powers.
Ooh,
sound like you.
Wow, I really like this.
People exist.
You clocking my tea, girl.
Spiritually connected, I might add. These children.
Solutions are going to come.
Whoops.
In this life, there are different.
What's your favorite snack? You in that outfit. Mine is French.
Okay.
In this life, there are different types of children. And today,
Camille Paglia and Chris D'Elia should have a podcast together since they both have Italian last names. Very interesting. Very interesting theory. How can I join this grift with my based black girlfriend? You just have to, you basically just have to make TikToks of her looking real cute, saying stuff about star seeds, indigo children, psychic powers, telekinesis, all that kind of stuff, you know. I wish a black woman would teach me about lotion. Brother man, don't we all? Don't we all? I love dumb, light-skinned girls like this, and they love me. Affirm. Standing, looking in the mirror with a little photo of that chick. Affirming. I love them, and they love me back. Southern black woman dialogue through a Canadian man filter is peak comedy. True. I've been extremely busy this week with deep research into Christian lore. It's extremely funny and sad. Yeah, the Christian, I'm still missed a lot of it, but I mean, it goes deep, and it is a great story. A classical story. Oh, are we back on Nubian? Oh, I searched Nubian Indigo Child. Interesting. I wish a black woman would let me touch her hair. I mean, that's like Cookout X 1000. Like, once that's happened, you absolutely know that you've made it. You Ashy the podcast. We could listen to Eminem together. I'm gonna start affirming immediately. Chris Chan being a deep heritage American is awesome. Is he? Are there like Western Chandler like gravestones at Gettysburg and stuff like that? That's awesome. Coming over on the Mayflower, Mr. Western Chandler.
No female got all three. Real hair, real eyebrows, and a natural face. Ain't no female got all three. No female got all.
Okay, then nothing really to go on with Indigo Children there, but
I love it when people are like, I don't believe in spirituality. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This isn't a religion. This isn't something you believe in.
Ваши дети родились именно вот в эти даты, то я вас поздравляю. И это самые особенные дети, они приносят нам одно из первых и самых многочисленных.
Chris Chan's great father fighting for the Confederacy. Base. The Chandlers go back to the Mayflower. That is so awesome. At some point, I got to sit through the whole like 80-hour Christery documentary. Okay, again, I want to get back to unlocking telekinesis. Let's search telekinesis on Odyssey. Telekinesis? Is that how you spell that? Telekinesis documentary. Okay, let's watch the documentary here. Virginia is for virgins. Okay, we're gonna all learn telekinesis here together, guys. Ooh, this one that's dragon magic with a K looks interesting. Oh, no way. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Odyssey, you gotta work for me here. I need to see this man in a tang suit playing flute. Yes.
We've all got our own story to tell. Each of us are unique, you know.
I will try, Luke. I will try to move your
telekinesis
whiskey glass.
training and what we want for our future.
Okay.
Even though I'm not a master of telekinesis yet, I do believe that I've laid a good, solid foundation so that I can reach the higher levels of telekinetic attainment in the future.
Is it gonna move?
I learned a long time ago that
Listen, I don't want to be a detractor here, but I feel like the brick he was looking at there kind of notably did not move or do anything the whole time. Hugh, stop! You just unzipped my jeans. Oh, did I? Oh, did I? Whoops. Many weeks have led us on this journey home. True.
in the future.
Because, okay, here he's clearly doing telekinesis, Norwooding, wearing a tang suit. No complaints there. That's awesome. But this thing doesn't appear to be moving at all. I think this guy owns a lot of martial arts weapons. Did it move? Did it just imperceptibly move a millimeter there? I think it
learned a long
did.
time ago that meditation is not as important as most people make it out to be. You know, in terms of developing superpowers. That contemplation, you know, really deep thinking is far more powerful than traditional meditation. Now, don't get me wrong, meditation is wonderful for certain things, but it's definitely not the answer to everything.
I think people call him Sensei by choice.
Look, there are no...
Oh, Pat's fan's an old head Chris Zanetti enjoyer. The Norwooding is actually due to the frequencies emanating from the third eye. I agree. Definitely. Master Zanetti taught me all I know about the spirit realm. I used to think I could move stuff with my mind as a kid. Maybe I should get back into it. I think you should. Although I think you're gonna want to get a Chinese Tang suit and possibly a flute.
Mistakes in life. And even though I still can't move large objects with telekinesis yet, after over 10 years of training, I believe, you know, I just really believe that where I am at this moment in my life,
I feel like this is the difference between a white guy telekinesis guru and a black guy telekinesis guru, is that the white guy will sit there baldly, sort of pointing out that after 10 years he he can't actually do anything yet. Whereas black guys will kind of wait for a windy day and then push pieces of tinfoil around with their mind. Sort of two different equally valid paths to enlightenment. Will an ocarina work? Yes. Yes.
this is where I'm supposed to be.
That does sort of undercut his status as a sensei and guru and master, that he it's kind of just like, I've been doing this for 10 years and I literally can't do anything, guys. I can't do a damn thing. He does seem to live in a sort of paradise, though, so I'll give him that.
Really, there's no telling when my powers would increase. Do I want to become more powerful? Hell yeah. But that's for God or the universe to decide. You know? I do my training. I believe in myself. And then maybe, just maybe, I become a true master of telekinesis.
I think kimono and electric guitar, or Indian sarong and theremin, both great ideas. Ooh, epic. An apprentice can learn from a journeyman too. Good, wise words. Very true. I like the sword. Not complaining about the sword. Whoa, he is literally Shenmue in real life, true. Chris Sensei gives the vibe that he grew up in Hong Kong, moved to France, and then moved to Singapore as an adult because Hong Kong is too pricey. I see where you're coming from there. When you're autistic and your dad owns a dealership, you can do stuff like real. Very real. Have you guys heard of Tulsi Gabbard guru maxing and do everything her cult leader told her to? No, I hadn't. I feel like I haven't, like Tulsi Gabbard, that's a name I haven't heard in years. What's she up to these days? What's that smoking fine piece of bitty doing these days? Wow. Filmed in Thailand by my amazing... Oh, he's another... Okay. What's with all these sort of esoteric, higher-level beings all living in Thailand? What's going on there? I'm going to be real, though. I really like Sensei Chris. Very cool that he lives in Thailand. John Arbuckle moves to Thailand and buys a wife. But yeah, why are all these sort of esoteric, superpowered sort of overmen, why are they all in Thailand? What's going on there? Okay, it would appear that they do not want us to watch We Are Gods in Human Form by Chris Zanetti. Tulsi literally ruined her political career siding with Trump. I mean, did she have one other than that? Okay, they don't want us. They don't want us seeing this. It's a little too much. I wonder if does Chris Zanetti have a YouTube channel? Something about Thailand allows them to live their truth. Yeah, something about Thailand allows them to live their truth. True, very true. But what could it be? Okay, I'm thinking this guy deserves a subscribe. Jedi Master reveals the secrets. Okay, notably in the previous one, he was saying that he didn't know how to do anything yet, but I guess he's ascended to Jedi Master level. That's interesting. Isn't she Indian? I think so. Tulsi Gabbard, I'm assuming that's about. I think she's some type of something, yeah. Southeast Asia seems like it's full of demons and white people don't belong there. Well, yeah.
Actually, you don't even have to think for telekinesis to happen. Telekinesis is more like an impulse rather than a thought, whereby...
Yeah, no, he's literally at wearing a giant hood level of Norwood.
telekinesis happens instantaneously. And because almost the whole population...
Wait, Tulsi Gabbard is Hawaiian? Are you sure she's not like some type of Indian? But doesn't she have like a... She has gurus and stuff, no?
So, if the planets can float through space, humans can also float through space. There's nothing stopping it because...
Okay, but for real, how do you pull off being like a telekinesis guru who can't do anything? And like he has like a giant ass compound in Thailand. How did he pull that off? Okay, Hawaiian and sexy. Okay, I mean being Hawaiian, very cool. Is very cool. She's Hawaiian and an angel. I do like her sort of Storm from X-Men white stripe thing. I could have sworn she was some type of Indian, but being Hawaiian, that's cool and surfer coded, so I like her now. Kamala is a world baby. Very true. Telekinesis is when you open the fridge and you automatically start sucking and all the food like Kirby. Real and true. Keanu Reeves is a quarter Chinese, which is why he's so good at Jackie Chan stuff, but with guns. True, yeah, he does get a little bit Chinese with it.
Everything is mind. I am mind. My reality, the mountains, the sky is also mind or consciousness. This planet that I exist on is consciousness. And as crazy as it might sound to some...
Let's look up some pictures of Tulsi Gabbard real quick. Just for like research. Because apparently she's not Indian. She's like some secret third thing. Hawaiian. Oh, bro, she's literally surfing. Okay, I take everything back. She's actually pretty cool, actually. She's literally a surfer babe. That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting that she's widowy a surfer. He has a successful CP empire and leveraged that into a compound in Thailand. Okay. Well. Chrome Boy's Asian compound coming soon. Yeah, she's a surfer. That's very cool. She was a representative or senator from Hawaii, ethnically Hawaiian and confirmed surfer. Okay. But doesn't she also have like an Indian guru? Is that not a thing? Because somebody said that earlier, and I'm pretty sure I'd heard about that before. So did she go the Ram Dass route and be a not Indian person who has an Indian guru? Is Washington Post gonna let me read the article? No. Do I care enough about this to go to archive and check it out? What's the archive link that works? You put in archive.is, is it? Archive.is. I'm pretty sure she's ethnically Indian, bro. I mean, a lot of Tulsi Gabbard fappening. Does anyone know? Does she have any topless pics? We can't look at them right now. You will have to do that on your own time, but that would be interesting. Try fappening Tulsi Gabbard, please. Please. Come on, archive. Why is everything trash? Why is everything falling apart on me? Wetsuit babes, fappening Tulsi Gabbard. Come on, y'all. Why are you doing me like this? I need to get a new mega Noid PC. Maybe we've been having some technical difficulties of late. We've been having some technical. Can Jokester draw Sonic-themed Tulsi softcore pics? I would guess, yeah. The topless pics can be found on the Discord. Are you for real right now? Are you for real, bro? I'm checking right now in the G room, and I'm not seeing them. I think you're pulling my leg. You know who else had a guru? Nancy Reagan, and influenced old senile Ronnie. Yeah, the SARS don't want you. Yeah, the SARS. Okay, yeah, archive is under attack right now. And yeah, if anyone's rushing to the Discord like I just did to check for the topless Tulsi Gabbard pictures, you are going to be disappointed because they're not there and he was lying. Wait, does he literally not have any videos? He has exclusively shorts?
Look, I'm talking about supernatural training here. I'm talking about things like telekinesis, where we have to transcend the low-level human thinking. We got to think more like a god, like a demigod. This idea we have of time.
That idea of like you yourself becoming a god through doing drugs and thinking about stuff really seems popular among white guys in Thailand. Much to consider there.
It needs to be thought of as just this never-ending expanse of this nowness, now energy. And, forget about time. Look, I'm talking about supernatural training here. I'm talking about things like telekinesis.
Very cool. Let's real quick here, let's take a quick break to see what's going on in the black community via the Shade Room, my favorite YouTube channel, the Shade Room. Ooh, a racist dear chimp email. That's interesting. That's how you become a pedophile who moves to Thailand. Oh, right. Right, yeah. Early in her career, they tried to get her to take bikini pics to help her campaign. She stood on principle and refused, but denied us bikini pics. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that was a massive mistake on her part, and that's literally why she's not the president right now.
A job interview that just didn't go left. It went viral. Allison Jones says that LinkedIn's Easy Apply feature, it led her to score a job interview earlier this month with a tech company called Nexish. Their website, it looked legit. They provide educational tech support.
I get on at 11. The interviewer got on probably about 11:03 and immediately is like, hey, I'm actually not in the office today. So can we push your interview till 12? And so I'm like, oh, hey, thanks so much for your time. So happy to be here, excited to interview with you. But actually 12 doesn't work for me today. I have to take my kids up at 1. So this is honestly the only time that I have available today. And so he's like, ugh, how about tomorrow? And so I'm trying to look at my calendar, but I'm already kind of frazzled. I mean, we all have been through an interview experience. No matter how many you've done, you're still kind of on edge. And so,
Sorry, I want to get to the point where she says she got a dear chimp letter. I feel like it's going to be worth it to plow through this until then.
I'm like trying to look at my calendar. I'm like, wait, maybe I could do it this time. It just wasn't working. And so I was like, you know what? It's okay. Totally don't worry about it. I'll just go on the Calendly link and just reschedule myself at a time that works. He hangs up.
Okay.
I'm like,
wait, he abruptly hangs up?
hangs up in my face. And so I'm kind of like, okay. And to be honest, at that point, I had kind of decided I'm probably not going to reschedule this interview.
What happened next? Joan says she never saw it coming at all, and neither did we when we hit the company up and they sent us one of the wildest statements I've ever seen. You're going to want to stick around for that.
Probably about an hour-ish later, I am headed to pick the kids up from school or camp, and I check my email and I see that I've gotten an email from this HR manager hiring person, and I open the email and the first thing I see is Dear Chimp.
From a Jacob Jones under the HR Melito. Quote, Dear Chimp, you showed up to the interview just to say you're not interested? What a clown. Impressive waste of everyone's time. Next time you feel like playing these games, don't. Never reach out to us again, ever. No regards.
Immediate reaction when you saw.
All right, y'all. Yo, what was that one that just popped up and then disappeared? Did you guys see that? The guy with the crazy little Jew braids? Where did that go? I want to click on that. Oh my god. Oh. But okay. This is going to cool us all down here. Yeah, who among you, who among you, Jacob Jones? No regards is so good. Like, that's awesome. No regards. Perfect. Finally, some 999 hertz music. This is, I don't know. It's kind of tight. Yeah, let's try. Did you guys see that thumbnail that popped up and then disappeared? And it was some weird old guy with the Jew braids. Yeah, I kind of like the Noid Bowl music too. Like, if I saw one of the Noid Bowls on Facebook Marketplace for like $80, I would think about it. I would think about it 1,000,000%. These drums make me think doing DMT is cool actually now. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that vibe as well actually. Hand pan and steel drums rule. It is what it is. Yeah. Like it's good vibes. Let's not kid ourselves, guys. Damn, is Drewski making a movie? Jeff the Outlaw Yogi. Let's check that out.
The magical powers of the saints. Well, it's...
Oh, yeah. If I get an upside down bowl thing, you could play your Noid wood flute. I'll play my Noid upside down bowl.
magic, if you want to call it that. Yes, so much, so deep. Let's dive into that today. Well, this is Jeff the Outlaw Yogi. For those who haven't seen a video of mine before, I'm the blue-collar guy, 50 years of meditation.
This guy is kind of giving me rammed ass vibes, if I'm being real here. I avoid the stuff that's too on the nose and the fear of Palantir checking logs and sending a drone towards my apartment. Sorry, what's that in reference to? Like, what stuff? A buddy bought a real deal bronze singing bowl, and it was real antediluvian sound magic. That's cool. Yeah, that is the type of stuff I be scanning Facebook Marketplace every day looking for cool antediluvian sound magic devices.
In the Himalayas included.
Jeff, the fucked up, pissed off yogi.
I offer straight blue collar, all out advice to you. We have a wonderful channel with memberships and live streams, wonderful courses available to you. So,
okay,
let's delve into this right
guys.
now.
I'm missing the Noid Bowl music. Where'd it go? Nope, wrong one. Abort. Yeah, we need some nervous system regulation here is what we're after. This guy got fucked by Ramdas in the 70s and it forever changed him. So true. I think the only thing more cringe than Ramdas is people who are fucking obsessed and in awe of Ramdas, and then Neem, Carioli, Baba, and all those type of guys. Who's Neem, Carioli, Baba? I'm gonna keep the Noid Bowl open in one tab, and then we can do some research on the other ones. Oh, we can check out this one with a beautiful Noid Bowl backing track. Perfect. Tulsi Gabbard. Do you think? What are the odds that this Washington Post article has all the naked pics of her? I'm gonna guess not zero. Not zero, that's for sure. The first time I spoke with Rebecca Salzberg, she told me Tulsi Gabbard was a freethinker who took orders from no one. I didn't always agree with Tulsi on everything. Salzberg, who works on digital strategy for several of Gabbard's congressional... Okay, well, let's just skip ahead here. I want to find out about the guru. Pete Holmes was big into Ramdas and became very homosexual as a result. Who's Pete Holmes? Notable homosexual Pete Holmes? Salzberg had heard I'd been asking people about Chris Butler, the eccentric religious leader Gabbard once described as her guru. Wait, her guru is named Chris Butler? Okay. Gabbard grew up in Butler's breakaway Hare Krishna group. Her parents held senior positions in the organization. Oh, she's a Hare Krishna? What? Homosexual comedian Pete Holmes. I'm not familiar with. Wow. Jagad Guru Siddhaswara Panananda Parahamasha. Okay. And this is giving off. My guru Chris. Can't be having a guru named Chris. Well, that's why he has this. Jagad Guru Shikadashi Shikusha. Because, you can't be having a guru named frickin' Chris, bro. Who, again, is clearly a Ramdas white guy. Look, he's got the little fucking dot on his head. Oh my goodness. Jagad matching. Google Chris Butler guru, and he looks like a surfer. In theory, he could look like a surfer. In a lot of these, I'm getting more Ramdas vibes, personally, but Hugh, famous bottom, doesn't know these famous faggots. What is going on? Who is Pete Holmes? Why does everyone know who Pete Holmes is? Pete Holmes? Yeah, I've never heard of this guy. And sorry, he's part of Guru Chris's organization. Was that it? Or no, he's into Ramdas. Okay. He looks like the fucked up, pissed off yogi, fitting all together nicely. I also am opinionated because I went through an ego death and Eastern spirituality phase myself like 8 or 9 years ago. And I find the way I was then to be highly cringe. Yeah. My guru Chris Angel, glad you got out of it. A Ramdas white guy. Every single time. Chris Noob. Yeah, really. I can't believe Trump is okay with all this. Well, okay, didn't Tulsi get, kicked out, or is she still around? I thought she got, quit or got fired or something like that. The boomers getting nuked by white Indian gurus is all you need to know about a generation. Yeah, rammed. Ass status, rammed. Hugh has never heard of anything, and it's our job to teach him. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've heard of lots of things, but then you guys are always dropping weird, esoteric, different type of rammed ass guys that I'm not familiar with, but yeah. Butler's followers practice a form of Hinduism that involves devotion to a single deity, in their case, Krishna, and certain expectations around meditation, yoga, and diet. Some former members, however, have called the group a cult and said disciples were isolated from the outside world, characterizations the group has denied. Former devotees have been telling me for weeks that Butler controlled his followers' major life decisions and demanded total obedience and secrecy. They said he spent years working to extend his reach into politics, and they suspected Gabbard's rides in Washington was the culmination of that effort. Very sinister, very sinister. If I remember correctly, Pete Holmes wasn't funny. I mean, if he's like a rammed ass guy, yeah, that would make sense. Rammed ass sex. Rammed ass. Yeah. Yeah, damn. If only Liam ever joined us on the stream or watched the podcast, I feel like he would love all the rammed ass content tonight. Mom, me and my friend are going to the forest with his drum. It's not gay. See you in 6 hours. Yeah, real based zazed. Tulsi, like all of Trump appointments, had a 6 to 18 month tenure in the administration. You're correct. She's out. She's out. Yeah, I mean, some of them have been kicking around for a minute. You've been rammed-assed. Dad seemed like an ass. Guys, go easy on Hugh. He's already overloaded with all the SARS. True. Yeah, Liam would love rammed-ass. Yeah. Famously the type of guy who would love rammed-ass. Okay, 9 months later, Salzburg. Do you know what 9 Isles is? Her answer surprised me, and it sent me on a nearly year-long quest to better understand Gabbard, who left office last week. Salzburg told me 9isles.com was an email domain used by Butler's office, one reserved for secretaries and select disciples. She said she herself had received emails from 9 Isles addresses when she worked on Gabbard's campaigns. Okay, well, I'm kind of bored of this. Let's look up more Chris Butler stuff. Don't think we're going to be revisiting this. Thank you, Connor Murphy, for your service. We hardly knew ye. Rammed ass philosophy. Like most philosophy, once you dig down, is actually rammed ass philosophy. Fun fact. What happened to Liam? I think he sewer slided. We're not quite sure. I fall asleep. It's not because I'm bored. I'm just massively chilled out to this unrammed ass music. True. Every once in a while, I say rammed ass to myself and giggle out loud. Yeah, I mean, it's just maybe the funniest name of all time to be called rammed ass, and to be like a rammed ass guy. It's crazy. Jokester deported Liam to the penis realm. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the most accurate way of explaining the situation, that Jokester deported him to the penis realm.
So if you listen, you hear, you try to understand, you check it with
Do you think that this guy, Chris Butler, cracked Tulsi Gabbard? What do we think?
the scripture and you check within your heart, then there's nothing to lose. Because if it contradicts scripture, then you reject it. If it contradicts the Lord in your heart, your instruction from the Lord within your heart, then you reject it. If it doesn't contradict the Lord in your heart and it doesn't contradict scripture, then you accept it. So
yeah,
you really
Jokester did get a massive W on Liam. No denying it.
not alone. It's not like you're in a position where you have no protection. You have protection. If I'm a charlatan, then you're protected by God in your heart and you're protected by scripture.
I know his name is pronounced Ramdas, but I mean, Kate, when you read it out, it's clearly rammed ass. I mean, he can pronounce it however he wants, but we all know it is rammed ass, okay? But, okay, the serious question, though, is did this guy crack Tulsi Gabbard?
So it is not expected that a person nor is it desirable that a person blindly accept anyone as their spiritual master or as representative of God. You want to know whether or not I am actually the representative of God? There's so many people saying they're a representative of God. So you must check. You must check what I'm teaching, and you must check with the Lord in your heart.
Does this guy seem like he's kind of doing like a vaguely Indian accent almost?
Not you should just lightly or blindly accept just because many people are accepting. As far as you know, all these people here are insane.
Powerful.
Huh? You don't know.
Yeah, I think he hit that shit. Yeah, I think he hit that shit.
Or maybe you already know that.
I agree. Oh, are we still watching on fast? I think that's what's going on.
You know.
Wait, are we listening to this music on fast? Okay, no, it's on normal. Okay. I was thinking there's no way. It would be... Oh, I closed it by accident. It would be so unbelievably chill if we were already on 1.5 speed. That'd be crazy. All right, let's. Has there been any Starseed 1488 updates? Ooh, no Cavi. Let's go.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Before I begin talking about this video, I want to let people know that this is a drama video. I am sharing my personal experiences about what has happened and occurred to me in the SSP community.
And she's Starseed, no Cavi, and she's dropping tea. She's dropping tea left and right. All right, this might be too chill for us. Let's everybody lock in. It's about to get unbearably chill up in here. Actually pretty chill at 2x speed. Interesting. She's finally doing a tell-all. I know it's big. It's big. Can we look up Bashar? It's this guy who claims to be able to channel an alien spirit. Let's put a pin in that for next week, perhaps. We'll check out Bashar. So when will us assassinate Cavi? Soon, brother. I mean, never mind. I mean, not really, actually. Bashar, alien. I wonder why the comments are turned. Well. The thing that made me lol this week, apart from base parking, the White's Booger guy, and the Homo Thug, is finding out there was a League player with the name You're an Autist. That's cool. Baby Jamaica. But yeah, drama in the Starseed community.
I have already
comments are turned off.
Privately apologized to these individuals, but due to the fact that they don't want to acknowledge or want to talk to me about this issue, that mostly is on them. I'm sharing this in order to get closure and get this off my back. I have been targeted since November of last year after my QHT session with Draco Reed.
Can I hear it slowed?
I do know that I'm probably being pressured or attacked in order to do this video, but the reason why I'm making this video is to get closure, but also to educate people of how alters can go rogue and start to cause issues and problems within the community. I have actual physical proof of my statement, as well as text messages and exchange that I have had between Penny and Draco. Most of my communications that I had with John Whitberg and Julia have been erased.
Apologize for the visuals.
And I do know that the only piece of evidence that they have is a beta text message that I sent to Julia Inkerhaven, which I will explain all in this video. The number one reason why I'm doing this is to educate people, but also to share my side of the story on the reason why I'm leaving the SSP community for good.
Ooh.
And even though that I still want to help people and educate people about the SSP programs, this might also explain the reason why Draco and Penny also blocked me. But due to the fact that they don't really want to have an actual conversation about this and actually talk about how their alters is actually affecting them and stuff, I'm sharing this because I need to get this off my back. I need closure. I've been psychically attacked heavily the past 3 months. I don't know if they deliberately want me to do this. I have nothing. I know for a fact that I'm not.
Is, like, we know Penny and Draco. We're very familiar with them. A lot of us have, not to be crass, but fapped to Penny a bunch of times, in fact. And yeah, you can't just leave the SSP community when you're literally galactic royalty. That's crazy. But this is why they had to take out James Rink, was because he was like the sort of soul, the center of the SSP community. And now it's freaking falling apart into drama left and right now that he's gone.
Here to cause infighting or have people pick sides. I just simply just want to share my side of the story and my truth about what has happened. And I'm not putting on these people's attacked. I directly have stated to Draco personally that I will support him, but there's some things that...
Do you think a Starseed could ever love
I believe that what he's saying is actually a lie. I tried to talk to Draco about personal attacks that I was going through and also some of the issues. I do know that I was probably baited, and I have apologized to these individuals. So this is how targeting or alters that go rogue, of how they destroy friendships, and how this is probably going on, and how this is also connected to Project Oblivion. I am not here to pick fights. I'm not here to blame Penny. I'm just here I'm here to simply share my message of what goes on, and also maybe some people have also gone through similar experiences with Penny or some of these other people in the community. So here I go.
Yeah, this is actually making me feel like lightheaded. This is crazy. Here I go. Oh, and guess what, guys? She brought receipts. As the chieftain of the Interplanetary Soul Confederation, she's kind of messing up the vibe.
I dated my ex-boyfriend whose name called Eric Adamo, which I was trying to go to Penny because he constantly bragged about talking about her and possibly being on his podcast. Being on her podcast on YouTube. So I basically asked Penny straight up. I wasn't going to her to basically bait her to get information. I just simply wanted to have a general conversation to see if she knows. I have had 3 witnesses that I have talked to that have clearly stated to me that they have actually seen physical communications between Penny and my ex-boyfriend. When I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, he ended up...
I'm really disappointed that not only is there Cavi, but like there's other boyfriends. How many freaking boyfriends are we talking about here? That's why she has the comments off, because I need to know how many boyfriends. Is she been on the cock carousel for decades? Oh my goodness.
Slandering me on Facebook and also accused me of raping him. I don't know if this was deliberately done to order to gatekeep me or blacklist me from the community.
Man, some guys get all the luck. Like, you're getting freaking graped by Starseed. Like, this is one of those like drown of thirst type scenarios. What the hell?
Or basically make me look like I'm a crazy bitch. But yeah, my ex-boyfriend basically slandered me on Facebook, and they have evidence of this on Facebook. I don't know if he took it down.
Yeah, please do, Dr. Peanut
But
Butter. We need
it kind
to
of
know.
seems kind of suspicious that I have 3 other witnesses have come forward to privately message me.
Getting slandered on Facebook is such a certain type of person thing to happen.
They're saying that they have actually seen text exchange between Penny and my ex-boyfriend. And I don't know if this was deliberately done to basically personally attack me or get me out of the SSP community, but I don't know if this was done by Penny's alters. But when you have 3 witnesses have come forward to tell me that they have seen these text exchange with my ex-boyfriend and Eric Adamo, which was my ex-boyfriend, something very fishy and suspicious is going on. Yes, it's my fault, and
Very
yes, I understand
suspicious.
that I'm probably a victim or probably am clueless and stuff, but this is the type of direct targeting that actually goes on and stuff, and what people are actually talking about behind the scenes.
Pretty sure it's like a female hyena.
I don't know if Penny's alter deliberately sent my ex-boyfriend to basically derail me or basically mess with me, but that's essentially what was going on, and that's the personal beef that I have with Penny. I don't know if she's aware of that. I don't know if her alter is aware of that. But when I have 3 other witnesses have come
Penny
forward
is the other, like,
where they
sexy
have
SSP
actually
chick,
seen
right?
actual physical text messages between her and my ex-boyfriend, something's very fishy is going on. I have also talked with Penny or vented to Penny about some of the issues that I had with Draco Reed. Draco Reed, I do want to publicly mention that yes, I did have a crush on Draco Reed. He does know privately, and I never made it public. I only made it public to certain people that were in my friend group who I could trust in the community. But Penny,
I mean, it's so crazy that she's being like betrayed left and right by the SSP community when there's literally a community right here of guys who would never betray her, who would never slander her on Facebook, who would never accuse her of grape. Grape's non-consensual, guys. It's just, and that as she's looking right past us, you know, all of us nice guys here in the Chrome Boys community, and it's like we're freaking invisible to her, and she immediately keys in on, you know, tough guys like Draco from the SSP.
I did not go to Penny
No, Draco's,
and
I don't think Draco's
basically
the black
like
guy.
say, hey,
I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
like I just specifically just went to Penny.
Yeah, Penny, I'm pretty sure is the hot one from the Nachtwaffen.
And just basically vented. That's when she started to reveal information. I didn't go to her and say, hey, can you please give me this information? Like, I wasn't demanding it from her. She freely gave it to me after I started venting from her. And you can see this through the text messages and stuff.
Yeah, we really, really do need to figure out how many boyfriends we're talking about here, because honestly, just thinking about Cavi makes me like physically ill. And I don't really know. I don't know. This is kind of a shocking twist that she has at least one other boyfriend and is also getting crushes on guys named Drago who might be black. Very concerning stuff.
Not only that, but Penny also freely gave me information about Draco's girlfriend. Yes, Draco does have a girlfriend. Not only that, but she also did confess to me that Draco's MO is basically loves to breadcrumb a lot of women in the community. And I have text messages to order to prove this. Around the same time that I was also trying to reconnect with Julia Anchorhaven and also vent to her to see if she was having the same issues with Draco, which then she ends up turning around and making Draco completely paranoid with me. And basically started spreading rumors around me. This was the exact same time where I started also learning that Julia Anchorhaven was spreading rumors about me of joining OnlyFans with another friend of mine around the same time that she's also going behind my back and making Draco extremely paranoid about what was going on, what I was venting to Penny, but also venting about frustrations that I was having with Draco. And Draco clearly admits this in this text messages. I'm not trying to make Draco or Penny the villain here, but this is what happens when you talk with some person and their alters come out or something. But I did not go to Penny and basically demand information from her.
Yeah, true. They're trying to destroy her for being the hottest in the SSP reel. Finally, we get an OnlyFans announcement. How can breadcrumb SSP girls? I don't quite... Wait a second. Breadcrumbing is when you take a girl to Olive Garden but only let her eat your leftover breadsticks. AKA being based.
Freely gave it to me through these text messages.
I think the OnlyFans leak that was
and she just
slander.
basically just gave it to me
Facebook
like
style slander.
Nothing, like freely and stuff. And she basically has stated to me that she does not like that her best friend is dating Draco Reed. And I'm sorry this is all drama, but I just want to share this and get this off my back. So yeah, she basically freely admits to me that Draco has this issue of like, he has this constant thing where he loves to breadcrumb women to get information out of them or basically manipulate them.
Interesting under there.
This is his MO. She basically clearly states that in this text messages. I did not force this out of her. She freely gave this to me. So here's also the screenshots and saying that, oh, you're basically starting to become paranoid and stuff and sending me screenshots saying like, oh, you're blowing me away and stuff like that. And I was like,
wait, who's she blowing?
And I was like, well, due to the fact that you won't show me proof of me talking behind your back. Draco Reed basically is saying like, oh, I have all the...
But we're coming to the end, and I do want to see what's new with Bob Hickman, so we're gonna check in on that. We'll catch up with all the hottest SSP Facebook tea next week.
Sitting on the steps, and she's got a new shirt on. It says you, but it's really about her. It's not about you, it's about her. Ain't that right, Amber?
Ooh, feet alert, Amber feet
Tell him
unlocked.
You're worried about
that's big.
You and you. Yes. Sitting on the steps, and she's got... I got Amber with me. It is Sunday, and she's got a brand new shirt on. Let me show you that shirt. Ain't that a nice shirt? Amber, say hi to everybody. Hello. Say.
So that's a very powerful concept there, Teddy. I think we're all gonna add that to our concept catalog for later.
Goodbye to everybody.
Wow, Amber looking a piece right now.
What you're planning on doing today?
Oh boy. Oh boy, Amber.
We're gonna go to the good.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, yeah, this used to be somebody's child, and I get that, but also like imagine having a Bob Hickman child, having Bob Hickman as your child, because like somebody used to be Bob Hickman's parent too. In addition to that,
And we're gonna get Amber a whole bunch of clothes because her clothes got given away, and it's not right, and I know it, and she knows it, but we just have to sometimes tolerate the stuff that we don't want to tolerate. Ain't that right, Amber? God entered into my body like a body my same size. I weigh 126 pounds today. That is pretty cool.
126 pounds? Oh, mackerel.
Didn't take too much work to get down to it either.
Is this like how he exercises? Like he just holds this pose, and that's how he got down to 126 pounds? That's not very much, guys. Guys, that's not a lot.
Greetings, it's the weekend, and it looks like I'm going to pay to get a roof put on the house, and it's been overdue. Kitty, kitty, kitty. It's a homeless kitty. It's got a new friend. It's a Celsius.
Ooh, Amber looking
energy drink
snatched
machine
today.
Look, she gets the door for me even in departure. She makes her call to the wild.
Hello.
It's got a new friend. It's a Celsius energy drink machine. Look, she got much big greetings. It's Thursday.
Whoa, based Bob. Look at the size of that Ann. Pretty interesting.
And I start a new job Friday. I don't know what the date is. July the 7th or 8th, 2026, something like that. Anyway, have a good day. Much.
You too, Bob. Thank you. Bob Hickman. Very cool.
Greetings, it's Sunday. I gotta take a DLT physical and a DLT direct screen to start a new job that is 3 days a week and pays $300 a day. But it's only 3 days a week. I would have done it for $200 a day.
Doing meth and not eating and being 5'3". I guess that could do it, yeah.
Greetings,
That
it's Sunday.
definitely could do it. All right, y'all. It's been a stream, all right. It has been a frickin' stream. Y'all know what time it be.
Hello.
Alright. Let's rock and roll.
I love this song.
Yeah.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within.
I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friend's asking what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in the days from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. I got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Some people go around the world for love, but they never find what they dream of. Oh, what you want to do for love? You tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world,
If you're not on the Patreon, get on the Patreon. Got a new Patreon episode coming over right after this.
what I would not do.
Right after this. They're now married now.
My friends wonder what is wrong with
Making
me.
beautiful little
Well, I'm in the
Chinese
days from your love, you see.
I came back to let you know. Cause
They
I
found love
got a
in each
thing
other,
for
yes.
you, and I can't let go.
They've been married now for 1 year.
Oh, I only want the best, it's true. Can't believe the things
New
I do
episode
for
coming out
you.
tonight.
All you
Patreon
won't
only.
do for love.
New Purple
You
Plate
tried
coming out tomorrow.
everything, but you won't
And
give
Wednesday and
up.
Friday. Sonic
In
Wednesday,
my
also on Wednesday.
world, only you make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do.
Yeah, like the stream on your way out, guys. All right, everybody. Have a good night tonight.
Thank you for singing with me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for singing with me.
Enjoy. Thank you very much, audience.
Thank you very much.
We love you.
Audience.